1.4 miles down Ray Street across 5th Street, 130,000 people down here to celebrate not only the start of the Red season, but to celebrate spring.
Yeah.
Spring is back in Cincinnati, and there's an excitement. We always talk about the excitement here on opening day. You have to be excited no matter what the expectations are. This year it's different. This is legitimately a team this year in the Cincinnati Reds who can make some noise. We know about the injuries, and we'll talk about those all afternoon because that's a big part of the storyline for this team going forward. But when you have this team, the young star power, the excitement, and the brand of baseball this team plays, the opening day parade is a great way to start this off with a bang.
Yeah, you think about it, last year at this time, the expectations were low. We were talking about other things to be excited about, and what if. It was kind of like, what if this happens is a good thing, but it's not that way at all this year. I mean, we're going into this season thinking it's going to be great. Everybody around you has their Reds gear on. Everybody's excited. Everybody's happy in the sunshine. It feels good down here.
Well, not only that, it's like the first day of school, right? The first day of school, anything is possible, and that's what it feels like today.
You might make friends, Ron.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
exactly.
thing. I used to have nerves on the first day of school. I don't have nerves today. I just have butterflies, goosebumps, excitement, everything that goes with it. And I think the theme this year is pretty cool. We always have an opening day theme. This one is kind of a party like it's 1999 theme. And when you start talking about the most beloved teams in recent Reds history, that 1999 team that surprised everyone, it almost made the playoffs. Dimitri Young is here, Pokey Reese is here, Sean Casey, the mayor of Cincinnati, is throwing out the ceremonial first pitch today. So to have all these 1999 guys back, I think is a great touch.
Joe D's already pointing out Prince. Right?
Right.
Of course.
That's what Joe D does.
Well, I'm excited not only about today, but about this Red starting lineup. And I do want to show the Red starting lineup because this is a really important thing that we talk about every day with the Reds. But it's also an honor for these guys to have the opening day start in Cincinnati. And we all wondered who would play second base. What would the Reds do without Matt McLain? Well, Jonathan India is back slotted at second base. He is batting leadoff today for David Bell. Interesting that Will Benson is batting second. Now, I'll say this because a lot of people are in my text messages saying, why is Will Benson batting so high? He led the Reds in on-base percentage last season. So there's a reason you want him there to get on base before the big bats of Christian Encarnacion Strand, Jamer Candelario, Jake Fraley, and Ellie De La Cruz. And then you think about how talented this team is. Spencer Steer, you can make the argument, he's the best hitter currently for the Reds, and he's batting 7th today for the Reds. Then you have Nick Martini and Tyler Stevenson, and then Frankie Montas on the mound today. Cincinnati fans, you are going to love Frankie Montas. Not only is a great pitcher, big-time personality coming to Cincinnati.
We love Reds opening day, like much of the city. If you can't make it down here, you actually have one of the best seats in the house by watching us.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Sit back, enjoy. We're going to bring you all of the sights and sounds of the Findlay Market opening day parade right here on Fox 19 now. So sit back and enjoy. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Fox 19 Now's coverage of the 105th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade. I'm Joe Danema with Rob Williams and Tricia Mackey. What's really cool about being down here early before the parade gets going is you feel the excitement building, and we just saw all the police officers pull up in their motorcycles. They're kind of the lead blockers here for the crowd to make way for the parade that's about to start in 15 minutes.
And I saw Frank Marzullo on my way down here.
Is he in the front or the back?
What's that?
Is he in the front or the back?
He's usually in the front, and what he does is he slows down the parade because he stops everyone to talk, and we told him, don't do that this year.
I don't know if it's him talking or people talking to him. It's kind of like a two-way street because everybody wants to get around Frank Marzullo. One thing that you mentioned last night during the 10 o'clock news is you saw a huge fireworks display outside of all Reds fireworks because they're getting ready for tonight. Because even after the game, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on after the game as well. A lot of music.
The thing is, like, a lot of music, including the after concerts after the Reds game. There's a huge name that you might not expect.
Yeah, coming this summer, Shaq, Nelly, Thomas Rhett, some of the big names that we'll see all summer long at Great American Ballpark. And I think that's important because the modern sports watcher isn't there just for the baseball. They're there for the experience. So when you add concerts, last year we had Zach Brown Band, but I want to see Shaq do some DJ work. Because that's what makes him different. We know he can dance. I know Shaq could rap. I want to see him do some DJ this summer with Nelly. I'll make sure I'm at Great American Ballpark.
I think the best night, if you're going to go to a Reds game, go to the night where there's a concert and there are fireworks. It's such a beautiful night. Right?
I think the Reds organization, regardless of how the team does, always is really good to their fans. Everything's always value added.
A quick break here on Fox 19 Now. You are watching our live coverage of the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade.
I got it back. Okay.
They want to tweak their levels. Their levels. They want Rob down.
I don't know this one.
Maybe Rob. No. Hey Rob.
I don't know this one.
Talk into your mic, please.
All right. Testing 1 2 testing. Testing. Is that good? Do I sound okay? I have IFB again, so we're good.
So that's just a sound bite with him?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is Tricia Mackey's mic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How you guys got me? Does it sound okay? I'm going to keep on talking.
And get a new car.
1, 2, 3, 4,
My car was stuck
5,
at the station for like
6,
2 days.
7, 8, 9,
it's an
10.
07. There's going to be a lot of problems, right? So I just had to like bite the bullet and buy a new vehicle,
This is exactly
which I
the
hate.
voice
I got a Blazer.
Okay.
An EV Chevy
that I will
Blazer.
be talking on TV
It's funny
right
because
now.
my oldest turned 16.
Does that sound okay, or do you need me
September,
softer or
and
louder?
I'm going to give him my car.
Awesome.
And I'm going to buy myself a nice car for the first time in my life. I don't know what I'm going to get.
We have 15 minutes until the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade starts. It's 11:45. Rob Williams, along with Tricia Mackey, Joe Danema, and Frank Marzullo is now joining us on stage as well.
Look what the cat drug in. Hey, how's
who
it
do you want
going?
me to get out there today?
Ooh, I'll tell you what. I I don't
Who
know.
should get out?
What do you guys think? Who should be
You
the
make every
special
interview
get
good.
of Frank? Okay,
Okay,
let me tell you
so
this.
Yeah.
I'm
Frank-
excited, Frank, to just finish your thought. I'm so excited the 1999 team is here.
Yes.
Pokey Reese was one of my favorite players as a teenager. Dimitri Young is riding in a float with him. Dimitri Young is a big-time personality. Demeat Hook.
Well,
Although
he
he's
is.
not as big as he was when he played here in Cincinnati. That's who I want you to talk to.
I'm going to get him, and we were down at the Reds Hall of Fame Museum earlier. They had the long ball exhibit, which
Yep.
is their new exhibit this year, and there was Dimitri Young bat was right there in the top 50 of Reds Hall or home run hitters.
Is that right?
Yes, with the most home runs, he's in the top 50.
Well, nice job. And
Yeah.
the other thing, in addition to going to see the Reds Hall of Fame Museum, there's also another place you can stop by that's kind of also value added that's new this year at the Great American Ballpark.
I think it's important for these sports entertainment venues to always reinvent themselves, always add something new at the ballpark for fans to see. And look, we always talk about the new food people can check out, but there's also new places to see inside Great American Ballpark. There is now a baseball card shop inside GABP. Take a listen.
Hit Seekers expanding its existing partnership with the Cincinnati Reds to bring card collecting to the ballpark. So Greg Rouse, co-owner of Hit Seekers, here to tell us more all about this. You guys are opening a new location inside the ballpark. Where's it going to be, first of all?
It is right behind section 110, over by where like Bally Broadcast and everything like that.
Yeah.
Down there.
All right, so I know a little thing about art and antiques, and anyone who is crazy about this kind of stuff, they know exactly what they're looking for, right, Greg?
Right, absolutely.
All right, so what have you got here? Because I know this is all about cards. My little knowledge of it is it's condition, and certain cards are worth more than others.
Absolutely.
But it's always about protecting what you got, right?
Sure, yeah,
No creases.
No creases, no fuzzy corners, no bends, no bubblegum stains.
No bubblegum stains.
No, I just brought I brought an assortment of the kinds of things that we're going to have. It's not just going to be baseball, right? We cover all sports in our
All
store.
sports, okay, wow.
Absolutely, and obviously being in the stadium, we're going to have exposure into a very wide audience. We want to be able to, hit the mark for whoever's looking for something specific.
This is really the first of its known store to open inside a major league stadium. How's that feel for you?
Oh, it feels awesome. Yeah, we're not pressing that too hard because we're not 100% sure, but we know it's not being done in a lot of places.
Well, that's great. So you're breaking some new ground here,
Yeah.
and the expanded kiosk will be open for all the 2024. It's the home games, and that starts for opening day.
Yes, it does.
All right. So in terms of what you've got in front of us right here, just kind of go down the line. Who are we looking at, and
Okay.
how do you know if what you got's worth something?
Oh, well, so I brought like a random sampling.
Okay.
Of so this one is 1999 Michael Jordan card.
Okay.
Graded PSA 9. This
When you
is
say PSA 9, what does that mean?
PSA. That means it's a graded card.
Okay.
That means that the condition of the card has been evaluated by professionals.
Gotcha.
All
Gotcha.
right.
So professional rating there, and it's a 9. What's the highest? Is it 10?
10. It's a 10-point scale.
Wow. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
So what is a card like that worth?
That one I didn't comp that one out, but I'm thinking that might be worth maybe $30 or $40.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
not bad.
No.
But if you had a closet full of those,
Well, yeah,
I mean, you're
sure.
doing all right.
Sure, yeah.
Who's next down the line? Right
Next on the line, this is Joe Burrow. It's from the VIP Gold Packs. It's a red sparkle insert, also a PSA 9. This one is actually sequentially numbered. There were only 199 of these made.
And I noticed when you say it has sparkle, I know our camera's going to cut to it, and you can see it there.
Yeah.
It does have that kind of luminescent quality. It reminds me of some of the Hot Wheels. They have that little shine going on right there. All right, so you guys are located along the third baseline at the main entry level. What else should we know about this real quick?
It should be very entertaining. We're really looking forward to just sharing our passion for the hobby with a whole bunch of new people and getting to meet people, and we'll move some cards, and we're going to start with a very broad inventory because we don't know what people are going to be most focused on, and then we'll narrow in as we go.
Great to have you on.
Thank you.
Wish you great success.
Thank you very much.
You know, the number of kids I see out and about is really inspiring because I have a friend who lived in Cincinnati in the mid-'70s, right? He now lives in Australia. Do you know, to this day, he's still a Reds fan? and we're seeing that starting to happen with all these young kids out here today.
So my kids are home from spring break. I'm hoping these kids are the same. Because my parents never let me skip school for the opening day parade. That is a true story.
I know. What about you? Did you ever let your kids
Well, they're two of them are in Florida and two of them are in Arizona, spring break.
Ah, they're doing it.
Yeah, so they're gone. But I said watch Dad on the stream.
Yes.
So you know what? Frank is going to be in the crowd giving us live reports throughout the parade. But let's catch up with Ashley, who's hanging out with the fans as well.
Okay, so we are here at Fountain Square, and there's a DJ that is playing Taylor Swift, and it's like a sing-along. So this is like the best day ever. But I'm here with some of the fans, some of the young fans, some older fans. Everybody very excited for opening day. Molly, tell me about, your group. You guys have this big old sign. Tell me about, what you guys are doing here today.
So this is our family here. Sign made by my Aunt Lynn. She makes this every year. Sign lady, and we believe it's our time and our year. We're going to the World Series, right, everyone?
We believe it so much today, right? This is the big day. Tell me about this family tradition. You guys always come down to Fountain Square and have a good time, right? Tell me about your day.
Yeah, the atmosphere is great down here. I mean, obviously Skyline, come on. We just hang out. We get here super early, get close spots, and we just have a great time together.
What's some of your greatest memories? I mean, do you have like an opening day memory?
Yes, all the children having fun in the middle of the street.
They are like playing in the middle of the street before the parade comes. It's great. Okay, so who made the sign?
My Aunt Linda.
Aunt Linda! Dude, Aunt Linda, tell me what our time means to you.
This is it.
This is it.
We're going. We are going.
Right. What's some of your big memories of when they were really good and when they, made that run at the World Series? What was it like here in the city?
Oh, it's just alive. It's electric. I mean, it's just powerful.
And you think from today on, this is it. This is going to be the year.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, have fun, and we're gonna hang out with you guys all day here at Fountain Square. Yeah, so let's show you here on the street. As we mentioned, look at this. Before the parade gets here on Fountain Square, all of these kids are tossing the football and playing around and just having a really good time. And again, we're gonna be here all day. We'll have more for you live here at Fountain Square. For now, we'll send it back to you guys.
Welcome back to the Findlay Market opening day parade. We're minutes away from the start of the parade, but if you can see right now, they're all lined up, and all of the officers, Cincinnati police officers, are always at the beginning of the parade. There's one officer, I don't know if you have a shot of him right now, but but he has been boasting, all of his friends are boasting that this is his very last opening day because he's heading into retirement. What a beautiful day to be spending your last opening day here on patrol in opening day when it is sunny and gorgeous outside. Wouldn't you agree, guys?
I would agree. You're going to see, our coworkers in this parade, and we have all walked in the parade before.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think I can overstate this. When you go down Race Street and you turn on 5th Street towards Fountain Square, sound has feel. Like you can feel the crowd, and it kind of shakes you. That's how loud it is.
We are just minutes away from the Findlay Market opening day parade. Sit back, relax. We're back after this break with full parade coverage here on Fox 19 Now.
Live from Fox 19 Now, it's the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade with Tricia Mackey, Rob Williams, and Joe Daneman. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a Cincinnati tradition. Go Reds!
And away we go at the 105th Findlay Market Opening Day Parade here in Cincinnati. I'm Joe Daneman with Rob Williams and Tricia Mackey. I'm going to say this like it's a holiday because it is. Happy opening day from everybody here at Fox 19 Now to you before the Reds start what should be a very exciting season in Cincinnati.
The parade is getting ready to start, and this is where we don't say goodbye until the parade is over.
Yes.
We have every minute of this parade covered for you, so you have the best seat in the house.
And the thing is that we're in the beginning, okay? So this is the very beginning where you're going to see Rozzie's up first, and then you're going to see the Cincinnati police officers. We are going to give you a play-by-play, speaking of baseball, of the entire parade. We'll have all of the floats, all of the bands, all of the pomp and circumstance, and all the way down into the banks. We have it covered the whole way, including Frank Marzullo and Ashley Smith, who are going to be jumping in and out of the parade on the route to give you guys the sights and the sounds as it moves forward. As you were saying, the crowd never gets thinner.
No.
It gets thicker. And right now, where we are at the beginning, maybe 10, 15 people deep. I mean, it is packed down here.
So to give you an idea of where we are, the parade starts at Findlay Market, which is probably 3 blocks north of us. We're at the corner of Liberty and Race. If you know where the Alabama Fish Bar is, off of Liberty, we're right across the street from there, also from Holiday House. So we're situated in a great spot to give you a good look at all the floats and the bands and all the people taking part in the parade. There are 155 groups represented during this parade.
Yeah, you think about that, 155 floats lined up. They've been lined up for several hours, ready to do this thing. We can't wait to show it to you. They estimated last year 130,000 people on this parade route. That's only 1.4 miles of actual parade route. To have that many people on it is staggering, and I'm sure you can hear us right now. There's horns going, there's cheers going. The opening day parade is on, and it is on Fox 19 now.
This is fantastic.
It is exciting. Tricia mentioned that police officer, this is his last opening day parade in terms of being an officer and working it, because after 48 years on the force, he is retiring.
Yeah, Officer Smith, thank you so much for all your service. And away we go, guys. You know, it's really funny when you look at the people that are standing here and everybody's kind of like, you know, a little bit slouched over, just getting ready for the parade to start. And as soon as you hear that womp womp, everybody all of a sudden like stands up straight. We're already clapping, we're already looking, everybody's already waving. Especially all the kids. So many kids down here.
Yeah, we see kids on their dad's shoulders so they can get a better view of the parade as the different floats go by. As Joe Danneman mentioned earlier, it's a 1.4 mile course. It's not that long, but it takes anywhere from what? 3.5 to 4 hours to get this thing done?
I think so.
Yeah, usually it takes multiple hours. There's a lot of floats that come through here. You're going to see every one during our coverage today. And I think it's important for all these people who mean so much to Cincinnati. You're going to hear so many famous names, big names of folks who are on this parade route. Not just some of the big politicians and big businesses in Cincinnati, but some of the big sports celebrities. I know Anthony Munoz is on the route. Of course, there are a couple of Reds players on the route and some former Reds players as well, and that's why I think it's great to have Frank Marzullo with us. He's always down there on the street having a great time. But you're right, Rob, we've been told in the past to make sure Frank keeps the parade moving, because Frank loves to talk to these folks and slow them down and talk about their experience on the opening day parade.
You saw those flags go by. That was the Cincinnati Police Department Honor Guard. They carry the flags of the United States, the state of Ohio, which looks like a pennant, and also the city of Cincinnati.
Yeah, and that's followed by the U.S. Army Reserve Command Band, co-located in Columbus, Ohio, and Detroit, Michigan. Members in this one range from 17 all the way to plus 50. You know, you mentioned Anthony Munoz, Joe. I was going through past photos that I have in my phone, which aren't organized at all. You would think they'd be organized by a date, but they're not. But I have one from Anthony Munoz from 2014, when my kids are so little. So he's kind of what he's like the Jim Scott as well. You know, the staples that you see in these parades each and every year, he's one of those people.
Well, you know, leading up to the appearance that we saw, who's the name of the, it escapes me, who's the name of the Cincinnati Bengal who is famous for that dance?
Icky Woods.
Icky Woods.
Yes.
So I asked Icky Woods, who's from the West Coast, why he chose to stay in Cincinnati, and it's same with Anthony Munoz as well. It's because they love it here and they call it home.
All right, let's check in with Frank Marzullo. Frank is on the parade route. Frank, what's going on?
Hey guys, we're walking down here. We've got our city's finest here in blue, keeping everybody safe. Chief Nietzsche, good afternoon. Happy opening day.
Absolutely. What a great day. Beautiful weather, opening day, ball game to follow.
Of course, you've been here for years, but this is what, third year as chief?
Third year.
Yeah.
Third year in the parade as chief, yeah.
Well, I know everybody here, when you look at the whole crowd, they're all thanking the men and women in blue here, keeping everybody safe, and I know you guys have your whole plan together.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a safe, fun event for everybody for the day.
Unless we trip on the
streetcar tracks.
Good to see you, Chief. Good to see you. I almost took the Chief down. That wouldn't have been good there. You can see the whole crowd's coming down. We saw Mayor Aftab Pervo a few seconds ago. Guys, we'll go back up to you.
So that's going to give you that good vantage point we're going to be giving you all day long, because Frank is in a great spot that he can continue to talk to everybody all along the way. As Frank was talking, we also saw some of the Cincinnati Fire Department Union Local 48 heading down that way, and you might be looking at them right now as we speak as well.
And the other thing we should mention, and I always mention this when I mention Cincinnati Fire, is that it is the oldest professional fire department in the United States, established in April of 1853, which is pretty impressive when you talk about dates that predate the Civil War. I mean, Cincinnati is a pretty young city, but one of the major cities established after the Civil War, but the fire department was established before the Civil War in the U.S.
I do always wonder how they decide who goes where in the parade route. We understand why the fire department and the police are up first every single year. Show our best at the very beginning of the parade route. Let's check in with Ashley Smith. Hey, Ashley.
Okay, so we are here right now with a big family. Guys, come on over here. They made special shirts. I was just asking her about her friendship bracelets because she made Red's friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
You guys also have t-shirts?
Yeah, my mom made them on the cricket. She made them. Yeah, we bought them. I forget where we bought them, but we bought them.
So tell me about, the excitement about today. You guys are all here together.
Yeah, we're just excited. We all got together as families.
Yeah.
We're going to bring a championship home this year.
You're not the first one that said that. I'm starting to feel it. I feel the energy. Tell me about, this is some of their first opening day. Some of you guys just moved here.
Yeah, we did. We just moved here from Columbus, and we're excited to be in the heart of Cincinnati right now.
Yeah. What do you think so far?
It's wonderful. It's great. Yeah, really exciting.
Yeah, you guys are all family. And, okay, so what are your predictions for the season?
Oh, World Series. Easy. Championship. Done.
We're down here at Fountain Square. It's a good location because the parade gets started, then it comes down here. Why'd you pick here at Fountain Square?
Just centralized. It's a perfect spot. We're going to head over to the stadium afterwards. It's awesome. So we're having a great time.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have fun. Make memories today, right?
Thank
you. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we'll have much more for you from here on Fountain Square, kind of later in the parade route coming up in just a bit. Guys, back to you.
That's what we mentioned earlier. When you get down there to Fountain Square is where you think that the parade is about over, and it's like, wait a minute, is this just starting? Because it's so thick down there. There's so many people that pack in.
When you're walking through over the Rhine and you cross over Central Parkway near Kroger, what's amazing is the crowds were thick, right?
Yeah.
But the closer you get to Fountain Square, you just can't believe the sea of people. And Ashley asked that couple who moved down from Columbus, why did you choose Fountain Square? I think the reason's obvious, because Fountain Square is like Cincinnati's living room.
It is.
That's where we all go to celebrate the Reds or anything else here in the city of Cincinnati.
And if people are going to talk about World Series, and they should, because we saw what the Arizona Diamondbacks did last season. They made the World Series. If they can make it, why can't the Reds? That's where we would celebrate a World Series championship and party like it's 1990 with Chris Sabo and one of the great speeches of all time in Cincinnati sports history right there on Fountain Square.
I wonder if Chris Sabo is still driving that beat-up car. Right? That thing was a junk.
Yeah,
it's
a relic, but it's also iconic to Cincinnati Reds lore.
Absolutely. Okay, so you might have caught a glimpse of the Hamilton County Administration, the Sheriff's Office, members of the Pipe and Drum Corps marching, followed by the Hamilton County Commissioners, Alicia Reese, Denise Driehaus, the Vice President, and others. And then there's the Shield and Hamilton County Police dive team as well. We're going to try to continue to give you like an idea of how many. I mean, there are 155 entries this year, so we're trying to give you a look at all of them. But one of the things I always look most forward to
is what?
Are the bands.
Of course.
I love the kids in the bands because sometimes we don't hear them, or all we do is hear them, and I'm like, wow, that is a really good band. You turn around, they look like they're 12.
Well, and plus, athletics always celebrated, right?
Sure.
And sometimes members of the band don't get celebrated as much, and I think this parade is one way to celebrate that part of a school.
I'm always impressed how professional they sound.
Yes.
I'm also very impressed with the numbers of people in these bands, and they bring a life to the parade that you can't get from any other entry. And look, there's some DJs, and we'll see Frank down there dancing, and you see some cheerleaders down here with some pom-poms getting the crowd going. But you're right, once you come through with the band, the energy picks up to a different level here at the opening day parade. And I know in a few floats we'll get some of the Cincinnati Reds coming through. That always seems to get the crowd going as well, to see a couple of the players. And I'm not sure any other city does that. You think about that, getting a couple of the players to step away from the clubhouse in the ballpark on opening day and be inside the parade and waving to the fans. I think that's a hat tip to Cincinnati.
Ashley Smith still down at Fountain Square. Ashley, hello there.
All right, I love finding some of the youngest Reds fans, and we found Ella here. Ella is very excited about the parade. It's just about to come through. We've seen some police officers, but tell me about the excitement surrounding opening day for you guys.
Oh my gosh, this is like a holiday for us. We make sure we're always off, and this is our tradition with her now. So we're excited to keep it going.
Ella, can you say go Reds? Say go Reds.
Go Reds.
She got it. And what about you, Caitlin? Are you excited about today?
I'm very excited. I actually came down with Tony for Ella's first parade. We had a blast, her first game, so now it's a yearly tradition.
Yeah. We've got some really excited people behind here, too. What, is this your first opening day, or do you guys come every year?
Come every year.
Every year. All right. Well, you guys have fun. Enjoy the parade, okay? And Ella, thank you so much for participating and saying go Reds.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to send it over to Frank Marzullo. He's also on the.
We got some big action happening right now. First off, Brianna, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you?
7, but I'm about to turn 8.
That's right. Hey, happy birthday. We wanted to show you right here. Look who we've got right here. We've got Mr. Pokey Reese, the Grand Marshal. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I ran the Pokey Reese Foundation back in the year.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
How you doing? Good to see you. Yes. Well, we're live here on Fox 19. Let's talk a little bit about this parade here. You've got memories as a player, right. I'm sure, of this day.
Yeah, this is my first ever been in parade. We don't get this, you know. We're getting ready to play, but this is awesome.
So you didn't even know all this was going on?
No, we in there trying to get ready, taking batting practice, doing that extra work to get ready for the game. So, but this is awesome to be back here.
Yeah. Where are you calling home now?
South Carolina.
Oh, love what part?
Columbia.
Oh, beautiful. Who's this with you?
This is my little one.
Hey.
This is Trey. Look, Trey. He said, hey, buddy.
What's his name?
His name is Calvin Reese III. We call him Trey.
Hey, Trey. How you doing? Oh, very good. What position is he going to play?
Who knows? He want to be a catcher right now, so, you know.
T-ball.
Yes.
Hey, Pokey, message to all the fans?
Hey, enjoy this opening day and go Reds.
Go Reds, baby. Go Reds.
Yes.
Pokey, good to see you. That's your guy right there. And we got Dimitri Young here as well, one of the other Grand Marshals here. Dimitri, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So where are you calling home nowadays?
Oh, Camarillo, California, God's country.
Do you get back out here in Cincinnati much?
Hardly in the last few years.
I know. What do you have you been able to see the city a little bit? You look at all these fans out here, how it's changed, over the decades.
Well, I've never seen this. I'm normally in the stadium getting ready for opening day.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going on outside. Inside, we had Marshall's elephants and dog and horses.
I hear those elephants used to leave some droppings around.
That wasn't allegedly. That was factual.
big mounds, and we're not talking about the pitcher mound.
No, and it was on the first base side. It was on.
Gosh,
at least do it on the visiting side.
Who picked it up?
That was grounds crew.
Okay.
You have to talk to them about that one.
That's why the grass looks so green. Or there was turf back there, right?
Yeah, and it looked green.
It looked green. Hey, Dimitri, good to see you. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the parade. There you go. Good guy right there. There you go. Guys, we'll go back over to you.
That was really nice to reminisce with those two guys, the Grand Marshals of the Reds opening day parade this year.
It also makes me lament that I see Pokey Reese with a gray beard, and I start thinking about how old I am, because that 1999 team, when he was a young player, that's back when we thought this team was like that team, that 1999 team. Then they added Ken Griffey Jr. in 2000. We thought that would put them over the top. That never actually happened.
Sure.
That's why when you have a window like you have right now with this young Cincinnati Reds team, you could say, oh, they're young, the future's still bright.
Yeah.
But you got to win when the window's open. The window opened last year for this team now to be competitive.
Yeah, we saw that sign on Fountain Square where it read, "Our time, period," right?
That's it.
And that's what it feels like.
It's exactly right. This team last year, you think 2 years ago, Rob, they lost 100 games. Then last year they come back and surprise everybody and finish with a winning record, and now everybody expects them to take that next step. And that's the progress of a young team going from losing season to winning season, now to winning something that matters, and they understand that's making the playoffs.
You know, I saw Jeremy Rao walking by and I said, Jeremy, come on, get up here, man. So what do you think about this parade?
It's great. I'm the social media guru, so I'm posting on Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. But I had a chance to talk with Joe. You just talked about all the young guys on this team. Red starting pitcher Andrew Abbott. I said, man, what is it like for you? Because there's so many young guys who have not experienced this parade like this. And he said, this is incredible. It's everything I dreamed it would be. And there's excitement around the young guys on this team, Tricia. Andrew Abbott, Christian Encarnacion Strand, Ellie De La Cruz, all of these guys, all of these stars who have not experienced opening day in Cincinnati. So this is new for them. The excitement is real. And I think Reds fans have to wonder, can this team deliver? That's the question, but the expectation is certainly there, and a lot of youth and excitement on this team.
We were talking about how different it feels this year compared to last year, for example, with the expectations being a little bit lower.
Yeah.
We all agree. You agree with that one?
Yeah, I think last year it felt like in some ways that maybe this team was a year ahead, but I think you follow the front office in a lot of things, right, Tricia? I mean, what does the front office do to prove it wants to win now? We've seen them beef up with pitching. We've seen them beef up in the infield with guys like Jamer Candelario and other key players they brought in. To me, if you want to really believe that this team is ready to win now, look at what the front office did in the offseason. Look at their belief in this team. And to me, that's why expectations should certainly grow from last year.
Yeah, they have that believe sign. They all hitting that believe
Ted
sign.
Lasso.
The
Believe.
Ted Lasso sign.
Believe, baby.
Absolutely.
That's what it's
We're
all about.
looking at our coworkers now taking part in the Findlay Market opening day parade.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure you see a lot of faces. You know what? For us here at Fox 19, I remember before I started working nights, the only time I ran into Tricia was during the Findlay Market opening day parade when we would walk together.
True.
So for us, it's always a reunion because very rarely do we see people from the morning show, but we see them today, which is
It's
great.
true. People would always say, what do you think about Rob Williams? And I
Do
say,
you
"I
hear
never
this
see him."
chant? The Tricia Mackey chant. Because of course.
Hello, guys. Wow. That's actually.
Jeremy,
you know what,
aren't
I'll
you
tell
supposed to
what.
be down there with them?
So that's the thing. I'm not actually walking in the parade, Joe. I'm the social media guy, so I can go wherever I want. I can interview Andrew Abbott. I interviewed a little 5-year-old boy named Joey playing baseball with his dad. I'm just getting after it.
You're
So
hanging up with us. Let me tell you this.
I'm
though,
doing whatever I want.
We're looking at the truck now that not only running our promos, but it also showed, and I know this is the wrong season, they showed Fox 19 and a big Bengals B. And we have a new partnership. We're the flagship station for the Bengals. That's why you're seeing that.
And what's cool about that is
cool.
it's
Look
not
at
just our sponsorship with
Love
the
it.
Bengals, which is so exciting for us to do so much more programming with the Bengals this coming season, but because the Reds and the expectations are so high, big national Fox wants to showcase the Reds this year. There are 6 Saturday games for the Reds on Fox 19 now this year, and every time the Reds play on Fox 19 now, we'll have 1 hour of special programming. So it's not just the Bengals that we're a partnership with, and we're so proud of that. But we also have a partnership with the Reds and Fox to showcase this young, exciting team all season long on Fox.
Well, that
19 now.
LED truck is one of the coolest things I've seen. I mean, honestly, that was hot looking.
You know what? Just to give you a little perspective, we have been here since the very beginning. Decades of between us at Fox 19. When we first started, we did an hour of news a day, and now we do much more.
After that hour, we were all like, whew! We didn't even have social media. We're like, Mom, spit! I can't even do anymore.
We're a 24-hour news network.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not always on TV, but basically always on. And if we're not on, you have guys like me today running around doing social media. So, scroll through Facebook, check us out on Fox 19. I'm there.
You know, when we saw our Fox 19 crew out and about, I do want to point one thing out. People ask me all the time, hey, what's Jeremy? What's Joe like? What's Rob like? What's Frank like?
What are we like?
Nicest people ever. Honestly. The nicest. Everybody at this station gets along so well.
But I will
we
say,
really
Tricia,
do.
I will say, I just met someone who was so kind and so cool, and she said, you are much shorter in person. I said, come on now. So I had her stand downhill, and I said, how about now?
You know, opening
So
day
that's a problem.
parade would not be complete without Jim Scott.
Aw,
We're
is that
seeing
Jim?
Jim Scott passing by right now. He was on the radio here. Speaking of decades, he was on the radio here and set everybody's day for a decade. So we're happy that he's in the opening day parade again this year.
And we're sending all of our thoughts and prayers to Jim Scott, and recently him informing all of us of his diagnosis of ALS. And I think it's important. ALS touches so many of us, and people with ALS and people who are surrounded by ALS always tell us that it's not incurable, it's just underfunded. And so many times we talk about cancer, and cancer needs to be fought. With ALS had the same kind of attention that cancer had, maybe we'd be farther along in the fight against ALS.
And with Jim Scott going public with his diagnosis will help raise awareness so we can hopefully find a cure sometime soon.
Let's check in with Ashley Smith.
Okay, so we are down here on Fountain Square. It's really funny. I just saw a sign that says, I heart Jim Scott. So, you know, very relatable to what you're talking about. We're here with the Davis family. They are from Illinois. You guys came down here for opening day, first time. Tell me about it.
I don't know.
Well, the parade's about to start, so there's not much to say yet. But are you excited to be here?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about why you decided to come here for spring break.
I'm from Cincinnati, and it's really iconic for me to bring my kids back to experience and enjoy something that I grew up with. And when their spring break coincided with opening day, we couldn't miss the opportunity.
What do you guys think about the weather so far today?
It's good.
You guys stood in the sun. That's the place to be. It's a big difference in the sun compared to in the shade. What are the rest of your plans for the day?
Well, we didn't get a chance to go to the game, but we're hoping to grab some food down on the banks and just kind of enjoy the environment and all the people celebrating the history.
Yeah, I can give you some food recommendations if you need them. I mean, you're from here, so you get it. But, you know, a lot has changed at the banks probably. So the parade is just now starting. So they are going to be able to, of course, enjoy the opening day parade down here on Fountain Square as we get ready for hours of entertainment down here. But we are going to be talking to more of these fans. It's nice to see the people that it's their first time ever and get their experience. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys. They're in OTR. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. I'll tell you what, we're looking at right here, UC. Big year for UC, Joe. We've been talking about this a lot because they're into the Big 12 now.
This is the University of Cincinnati Spring Semester Band. Let's take a listen.
Frank Marzullo, who you got? Frank Marzullo, you down there somewhere?
I am down here, guys. Hello, are you there? Okay, there we go. I guess we had some technical issues there. You got the UC marching band coming down. Sounding great, of course, you know, as you take a look. Oh, look at me, look at the band. We want to see the band here. Of course, as we're looking at the Big 12 action. The Big 12 band, we'll call them. Sounding fabulous. We'll go back up to you guys.
All right, you can see that they're
I can't hear
Ike and Tina Turner. You see the oldest municipal university in the country, and now one of the biggest schools in the country with what, 40,000 kids?
And what a big year it was for UC to enter the Big 12. And we're watching March Madness right now. We're seeing some of those Big 12 teams still playing basketball. But for UC now, and to have a full year integrated into the Big 12, it's so exciting for not just somebody doing my job, but someone who's a fan of Cincinnati. Now you go on a Tuesday night and you can see them play Kansas in basketball, or you can see them play some of the great teams in college football. It's such a difference maker now to have these brand names coming to Cincinnati to play sports against the Bearcats.
We're going to go to break in just a second, but I just want to point this out. We see Jeff Ruby. Not only is he a restaurateur.
Hey guys.
Jeff Ruby
hey, Jeff.
is kind in terms of donating money and food to so many organizations in town.
He is. You know, he was like one of my very first bosses, so
Yeah.
I know the Rubies way back from when. And he's a heck of a nice guy, and he does give back so much to the community. And a lot of that stuff he will never talk about. We never know it. He does it in silence. And a lot of times I'll say, Jeff, you know, people would like to know that you do this kind of stuff. And he goes, no, don't tell anybody. I'd rather not anybody know about it.
And because of Jeff Ruby and a recent birthday he celebrated, Tricia and I got the chance to meet Guy Fieri.
Oh, it's a great story. It is a great story. So earlier in the day, I told Rob, I said, hey, you got dinner plans? And Rob always has dinner plans, just so that you know. I don't. I never do. And I said, we're going to go somewhere secret. I'm not going to tell you where we're going. I said, just you're dressed fine. We're just going to go, right? So he's like, where are we going? I wouldn't tell him. I said, finally, as we were driving, I said, we're going to go to Jeff Ruby's birthday party. So we get down there, and it's packed with every celebrity, and not just like local celebrities.
Yeah.
He flies people in. I mean, they were all flown in, and one of which was
Guy Fieri, and we went up to him, and he immediately recognized Tricia.
which is so weird.
And then recognized me and said he watched us on the news the night before in his hotel room.
Yeah, and he said, you guys made us laugh, which was nice.
It was nice. We have much more straight ahead from the Findlay Market opening day parade.
Okay, so what you've missed during that break is actually a lot. Okay, but we're going to get you caught up to speed right now. So in the Kid Glove organization, which gives back to local kids softball and baseball, walking along with them in memory of Paul Kramer is Marty Brenneman. I think, Frank, did you catch up with Marty by any chance?
I'm going to get Marty in about 20 seconds as soon as he finishes up with one of those other guys. We are here at the around here. Look at all these folks lining up. It used to be when you would come down here. Here we go. It used to be when you would come down here, the crowds wouldn't start until about Washington Park. There's the first family of baseball. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, pal.
How you doing? You survived that roast a couple weeks ago?
I did, yeah.
How are things going?
Well, you know, we're having a great time.
Yeah.
I
Ready
mean,
for some baseball today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great day, and the weather's perfect.
In the day, what were you doing about this time on opening day?
About this time opening day, I was at the ballpark in my quiet time because I always got there before everybody else did. And I could go over notes and go on the internet and check up on things that might have occurred that I've not been aware of. I'm working this far in advance of the 4:10 starting time.
Well, and look, I mean, the atmosphere around, and I was down at the last spring training game. It was packed down there in Goodyear. The atmosphere around this team, Amanda, has been just pumped up nationwide, too.
It's so fun. I mean, I think the secret's out. Everyone knows what to look for with this team. Yeah. We enjoyed it last year. We're going to keep enjoying it this year, and it's going to be a lot more fun, I think.
It's going to be fantastic. Well, Marty, I'll let you enjoy the parade. All right, you going to have some Laura's lean tacos tonight?
Absolutely,
fantastic.
pal. Are you
some
kidding?
Nachos?
Yes.
Good to see you, buddy. Man. Good to see you. Mr. Marty Brenneman, he is here, ready to go. And you can see the parade is just getting started, guys. There we go. We got the Kid Glove. How you guys doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. You guys do such a great work here in the city. We really appreciate it.
Oh, we love doing it. We've been doing it for over 65 years.
It keeps getting bigger.
And it keeps getting bigger.
And, of course, you're in memory here today.
Yes, of Paul Kramer, who was our executive secretary, passed away 3 years ago.
Well, the Reds and the community ever so much. Hey, guys, enjoy it. Enjoy it. We'll go back over to you.
Okay, Frank, there's a lot happening on the parade route right now. A lot of big-name former athletes here in Cincinnati, Rob.
Yeah, we should tell Frank, if you can hear us, Anthony Munoz is coming your way any minute now, so make sure you keep a watch out for him. Speaking of former athletes, you caught 2 passes with an athlete, a great athlete for the Bengals.
Well, a man who should be in the National Football League Hall of Fame, and one of the floats that just went by was some of the former Bengals legends with guys like David Fulcher and Lewis Breeden, Joe Kelly, and Ken Anderson. Ken Anderson was throwing out little foam footballs, and I caught 2.
You know,
so I could text my dad tonight.
Let me tell you, it was impressive first catch.
I caught 2 footballs.
You did.
From Ken Anderson.
And I'm thinking the first one might be luck, but you solidified your athletic ability, Joe, by snagging number 2.
Did I surprise you?
That was awesome.
They're pretty easy catches coming from a Hall of Fame, should-be Hall of Fame quarterback.
That was fantastic.
And the other thing, too, is we don't want to mention Kenny Anderson without mentioning everything he does for autism.
Oh, he sure does.
Right? In tribute to his grandson.
He does.
And he's at events all the time raising money for autism awareness, and Autism Speaks. I think that's a great thing that should be mentioned.
So many of these big-name athletes do so much behind the scenes for our community, and a lot of them don't even live here. But as soon as you need them in town for anything, they are here. It's almost as if they live here, especially Kenny Anderson. You know, we know Anthony Munoz lives here. We know Marty Brenneman, you're going to see him around town. But somebody like Kenny Anderson, who doesn't live here all the time, he's always here. You'd think he would.
Well,
right?
It's a great time, too, to be an alumni of Cincinnati's 2 big teams.
For sure.
The Reds and Bengals, because they're so popular nationally because of the brand of ball they play, whether it's baseball or it's football. And so for these guys to be alumni now, they can wear that proudly because for a long time, you couldn't.
Yes.
But in this current iteration of the Bengals and the Reds, it's a great thing to be a Bengals and Reds alumni. Okay, Frank, with Anthony Munoz, let's throw it back to you.
I think we lost Frank's earpiece just now, but you know, he's been live since 4 o'clock this morning, so he probably needs a little bit of juice before you get there. But Anthony Munoz, we've been saying that he's been coming here every year since probably the beginning of time. So I'm sure we will catch up. If Frank can't catch up with him, Ashley will get him closer to Fountain Square.
And the other thing, too, about Anthony Munoz, he's never too busy. Like, when you talk with him, he goes, yeah, what time do you need me to be there? You know, to put it into perspective. Frank can now hear us, I think, so let's toss it back to Frank, who has Anthony Munoz.
Yes. Yes, these. We can hear you. We can hear you. We are here. We've got Anthony Munoz. I'm going to have to jump up on here. Well, we got this wired cable. Maybe next year we get a wireless. Anthony, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Frank. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Here, I'm going to give you the microphone. You hold it. So, what opening day is this for you, buddy?
I don't know, but I know we've had a float for 9 years. Probably been here more than 9. So it's amazing. I mean, look at all the people. You get to wear your Reds red, and
it's fabulous. And you know, with the Bengals success, the Red success, FC, this city is a true sports town.
It really is. And we need the Reds to start out strong today. And get us a lot of wins this year. But it's an unbelievable sports town.
Most definitely, most definitely. Anthony, have a great one. Any special message for the fans there? What are you looking forward to?
A lot of wins, a lot of wins. Let's go out and watch. Let's root the Reds on, big time.
And support your the foundation, the fund, right?
Anthony Munoz Foundation, MunozFoundation.org.
Very good. Okay. I hope this thing doesn't go in reverse. There you go. Very good. Anthony Munoz, everybody. And look at the crowd. I didn't even realize we made our way to Fountain Square already. And look at this crowd. How you doing? You having fun?
Frank!
Oh, no. You having a good time?
Yes, I'm having a great time.
Go Reds. And we got Kenny Anderson coming up here. I'm going to try to get Mr. Kenny, Mr. 14, but we'll go back inside to you guys. I'll let you know when I got him.
Yeah, hey, Frank, and you have to make sure that Kenny realizes that, yes, Joe Danneman did indeed snag 2 footballs that were thrown by the one and only Kenny Anderson, so we're all pretty psyched about that, too, up here. All right, so you've seen, I do believe, the Cincinnati Enquirer, which, of course, Fox 19's media partner. We wanted to just give them a shout-out.
And then what you're looking at now is Wiedemann Brewery and Tap Room. It was the first brewed in Newport, Kentucky in 1870. And if you know anything about Cincinnati's history, specifically in Over the Rhine, there was a lot of beer brewed here.
Yes.
Because of the German heritage so many people hold. And if you ever know the story about this woman, her name was Carrie Nation, and she was anti-booze, drinks, or whatever. But when she came to Cincinnati, Ohio, there were so many bars, because she would take an axe to a bar. There were so many bars in Cincinnati, she said she would be too tired by the time she disrupted every bar in the city, so she just left. And that was the only city where she didn't attack a bar in hopes of getting people to stop drinking.
How is it that someone who's not originally from Cincinnati knows so much history about our city?
I'll tell you why. Because I've lived here longer than I've lived anywhere else. And when a plane lands at CBG, I always feel I'm home.
You know what you always say about Cincinnati?
Is?
If you hug it,
yeah, it'll hug you back.
It'll hug you back.
Yeah, and I know that from experience.
And I love that line from you, because being from this area and this being part of just what's built into the fabric of me from being from this area, for someone like you who came from a different part of the country and now made home here, and to enjoy the traditions like we do, I think it's a hat tip to Cincinnati for them to hug Rob Williams and to keep you here as long as we have.
But the other thing too is I thought Frank brought up a good point. The thing is we're a major league sports town. You have the Reds, you have the Bengals, and now you have FC Cincinnati. All the teams are successful, which is it's a great time to be here.
Exactly. FCC back in first place, Trish.
And it doesn't even matter if the teams are successful, because we all know we lived through it. We lived through a lot of bad years. So, and the fans are still here. They didn't go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
We deserve it.
We earned it. We earned it. Okay, let's head on down to Frank.
All right, Frank.
Hey, we got the guy here, Mr. Kenny Anderson. How you doing, Kenny?
My arm's sore.
What are you doing? You're throwing out football.
Yeah, from Planet Fitness, Smoothie King, Buff City Soap, we've got some balls we're throwing out.
Now, did the arm get sore back in the day, back in 80, 81, 82?
No, I'm just out of practice now.
Hey, you know what? The marriage between the Bengals and the Reds, even when you played, it was a special bond in this city.
Well, you know, it was, and, you know, unfortunately we weren't as close. I mean, I got to know Johnny and Pete and Davey, you know, a lot of those guys from the Big Red Machine, but it's fun when both teams, and now you got to throw FC Cincinnati in there too, are having success. The town is electric.
Well, you got some big guys on this float with you here for the foundation.
Well, no, I mean, it's like I say, it's always special when you get together with your teammates. You know, a couple of kickers, Jimmy Breach and Doug Pelfrey, Joe Kelly, David Fulcher. I mean, we're just, you know, this is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
It really is something. Kenny, thank you. Look at this crowd, everybody. Let's give a big Reds welcome there. And we got Mr. Breach over here. How many opening days has this been for you?
For the parade, the third one, I don't know, about 15 for me.
Yeah.
Just doing something around it.
Well, I was talking with Kenny about that special bond against these franchises. Even when you guys played, the Reds and the Bengals, and how they bond for the city.
It's great. I mean, you know, you want to see the city do well, right? If the teams do well, the city's excited. Love that. Love we're athletes. We love, we all played a lot of sports. So we love baseball, as a lot of these guys play football and they love football. So, yeah, it's great.
Hey, well, we got the chant going. Guys, I didn't realize, I think I've rode all the way down to Fountain Square on the float here. But, hey, we'll go back to you as the fans are getting pumped and excited, guys.
I love how Kenny said his arm is getting tired.
Oh, yeah.
He can throw for days. Do not let him fool you. Passing our location right now, guys, I don't know if you know much about Chloe Deerwester. So Chloe Deerwester is a senior at Harrison High School. She is a 4-time state champion wrestler. So her freshman and sophomore year, she won the state championship before it was sanctioned by the OHSAA, which is Ohio's high school governing body. 2 years ago, they officially sanctioned it as a statewide sport, and she won it 2 more times. 4-time state champion in girls wrestling out of Harrison High School.
What does her future look like? Do you know?
She's going to Presbyterian College starting next year to continue wrestling. But there have been people in the Cincinnati area, and I saw some quotes after she won her 4th title that said they were inspired by her and what she's done. And we've seen girls wrestling pick up from not only in the high school age, middle school age, but even younger than that. And it's going to continue to grow, not only in Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, the entire tri-state. We've seen a massive pickup in girls wrestling. Congratulations to Chloe. Glad she got this moment here and a platform for everybody to see what she accomplished and another sport that young ladies can do.
You know, another sport that you've covered, because you cover a lot of girls' sports. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but the Purcell Marion basketball team went past again. A force to be reckoned with once again. State championship winners, Division II girls. I mean, Joe, you've been following them for a while, Miss Basketball and everything, and it's just the accolades continue to pile on.
What do you think the secret is to Purcell Marion's success?
Talent.
Yeah.
They are so talented.
They've got so many good players.
Kids, talent. That is 100% talent.
And it takes a great coach to manage all that talent. They have one of the best players in the country in Dee Alexander, but it's not just Dee.
Nope.
It's the Miller twins. It's Samaya Wilkins, who's an
absolutely.
excellent freshman. But we talk about this team now. I'm telling you, in 50 years, we'll talk about this Purcell Marion girls basketball team as one of the most dominant and greatest and iconic teams in Cincinnati high school history. They're going to win it 4 times. They won it 3 times. They're going to win it again next year. That'll be 4 straight state championships. Only been done 3 other times in Ohio high school history.
Now, about a mile from us is Fountain Square, where the crowd is even larger than it is here at the corner of Race and Liberty. So let's check in with Ashley once again, who's hanging out with fans there.
Yes, okay, so everybody is so excited down here because the parade is really starting to pick up here. I think Frank slowed it down there for a bit, but now they're here. Okay, so we've got some parade goers. Guys, tell me your name.
Brooklyn,
Mackenzie.
Ethan.
Okay, so tell me about what you've enjoyed so far.
I've enjoyed the cars, the motorcycles going around.
That was cool. They did some tricks in front of us, right? Is this your first opening day or?
No.
Oh, what do you enjoy most about it?
The cop cars, probably.
Yeah. What about you, Ethan?
The free stuff.
What do you have so far? Did you get some free stuff? We've got some goodies.
We got some glasses.
Ooh. You do? Oh, I see the glasses.
Yeah.
Those are cool. All right, what are you most looking forward to for the rest of the day?
I really want to see these balloons and some players.
Yeah, we saw it. Graham Ashcraft came by just a little bit ago, but I'm told that the Fox 19 float is coming soon, so that's something to look forward to. But I wanted to share with you guys, I got this glove. This a gentleman told me that somebody obviously dropped this glove. It's a little kid's glove. It says, "I love you so much, Ezekiel. Love, Mom." And it was for Christmas in 2019, and some kid dropped it. So if you know who Ezekiel is and how we can get this back to him, that would be amazing. And I do see the Fox 19 float. I see it coming by because not only do we have the storm tracker here, but we also have a really large moving billboard that is showing those Fox 19 commercials. So let's see what kind of Fox 19 personalities that we have marching here in the parade. Of course, again, we have the storm tracker here. We also, which is my favorite vehicle to drive. And we have Lauren Miner, everybody. Lauren Miner, Courtney King, Ken Baker. Oh my gosh, they're so excited. It's Amber's first parade.
I'm having a blast.
What do you think?
I absolutely love it. I've been missing out all these years. I have.
We've got more people. Look at all these people. And we all match. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Okay, so what have you enjoyed most so far? What's
seeing the Fox 19 viewers? They are my favorite people on earth. I love you guys.
Yes. This is pretty amazing. I mean, I left my red polo in my bag, so I'm the only one that doesn't have it on. It was not intentional, okay? All right, we'll see if you have a job tomorrow, all right?
Yeah, I think I'm a little nervous.
All right, we're going to send it back to you guys, but it is fun here at Fountain Square. You're missing out.
All right, Ashley, hey, we wanted to point out also, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that you are really going to find interesting. Jeremy has been giving us so much behind-the-scenes stuff. If you go into our social media, our Facebook page, and look at that. He actually just got a really nice interview with Anthony Munoz. Can't wait to hear what he had to say with that.
Yeah, you know, what we're trying to do is cover this parade from all angles because it's more than just a parade. As Joe Danneman mentioned earlier, this really is, hey, spring is here. And for once, it feels like spring is here.
It does. It does.
And spring comes with great expectation. And the expectation this year in Cincinnati has never been higher for this young Reds team. I'm so excited. We talk so much about the parade. I'm so excited about today's game where they're playing the Washington Nationals. And you talk about this matchup for the Reds. This is a game and a series that the Reds need to do well in because the Reds haven't won on opening day in 3 years. They've lost 3 straight opening days. We talk about all the excitement to get ready for opening day. It's time for the team to deliver a little bit as well. And they, I'll say it, should win. They're better than the Washington Nationals. They have a better pitcher on the mound. They have a better lineup than the Nationals. So to start off the 2024 season, not with just a win today, but a series win would be huge for this team because they've gotten off to such slow starts in recent years. For this team to get off to a fast start this year, I think would be a difference maker.
You know, Joe, one of the gigantic, did you see the bat? Did you see that, Rob? So that was with the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame Museum, established in 1958. And also the Red Stockings were walking, and there were also a few vehicles there. If you've never been to the museum, go down to the games a little bit early or stay a little bit late and just walk around there and see the rich history that we have.
And the other thing, too, I want to mention is when you talk about that museum, it's kind of a living museum. Just because you went there a year and a half ago doesn't mean the same things are on exhibit.
Yep. It's a great point, Rob. Let's check in. Frank Marzullo on the parade route. Hey, Frank.
You're clear. We froze. Hey guys, good day to you once again. We've got our good friends from the Claremont Northeastern High School Band. How many band members here?
I got 60 here today.
And what are they playing?
They're playing The Next Episode.
Well, let's take a little listen here, folks, as we get ready for opening day 2024. And then coming up right behind them, we've had the Cincinnati Red Stockings. Always great. I remember when we were out in Dyersville, Iowa. We ran into these guys that were all over the place for the Field of Dreams game just a couple years ago. How we doing? How's it looking today?
It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful day. The Reds are undefeated as of right now, and they're going to stay undefeated.
And they're tied. They're tied for first.
Tied for first place. I mean, I think we can go wire to wire this year. I feel it.
I think we're on our way, guys. Back up to you.
I would like to make a quick point about the vintage baseball Reds, and I don't know if you remember this story I did last year. There was one of the original vintage Reds players. His name is Rodney Hamilton. I hope Rodney's watching this at home. He wishes he was here. So he was a pitcher for the vintage Reds. He was injured in a work accident, had to have part of his leg amputated, and he couldn't participate in baseball anymore. And he couldn't walk in the opening day parade until his friends on the vintage baseball team told him, we're going to get you back to that parade next year. So he was fitted for a prosthetic leg, and he returned last year to the opening day parade, and then he returned to play one more game with the vintage Reds on a prosthetic leg.
How about that?
Rodney couldn't make it down today, but I hope he's watching back home, seeing his friends go by here at the opening day parade, and knowing we want him back here next year part of the Findlay Market opening day parade because he belongs with that group.
And if he is watching right now, we just want to say to him, happy opening day. We also want to encourage you, we know a lot of people are here with their cameras, taking pictures, taking videos. Well, we want to see them, we want to share them with our viewers, so submit them at our website, fox19.com. You can also submit it on our free mobile news app if you have it. And if you don't have it, download it.
Did you see the Rockford Peaches go by, Trish?
Yes, I just said there's so many good baseball movies, right? So many good baseball. I mean, Field of Dreams, awesome. Bull Durham, awesome. But I'll tell you what, the Rockford Peaches.
A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own.
I've got a story about A League of Their Own. So when I worked in Evansville, Indiana, they taped all of the baseball scenes at the Frontier League baseball field in Evansville, Indiana. So you know how we have the Florence Yalls?
Yeah.
Evansville has the Evansville Otters. And Bosse Field is where they taped all of those scenes. It's actually the third oldest ballpark in the country behind Wrigley Field and Fenway Park. So imagine Madonna. She had to live in Evansville, Indiana for about a month.
And Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell, all those big names.
Yeah.
And one
Gina
of the players,
Davis.
one of the actresses in the movie, I can't remember the name of the character. She was the real pretty glamour blonde.
The
She's
local
from
girl.
here.
Yes,
she
she
played
went to Notre
volleyball
Dame.
here. Went to Villa Madonna.
Oh,
she went to Villa Madonna, was part of their state championship volleyball team. She was one of the actresses in the movie. She was the pinup beauty blonde.
You know, as a journalist, it seems like Cincinnati is always connected to something.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's always connected to something, which is really great.
See, like as a former athlete, I said, can they really play baseball? You know what I mean? Because if you're a female and you're looking at that, you really want them to represent females. You have to see the way they throw the ball, how they catch the ball. And she could play.
Yeah.
A lot of them could play.
They all could play, absolutely.
Yeah, and being connected to Cincinnati is something that's really cool. You know where I was last night? Pompilio's. Pop is talking about being connected to Cincinnati and all those, there's signs all over the wall because of Rain Man.
Yeah, and I interviewed the director of Rain Man because he was doing a show on Fox, and he told me, he goes, "Oh, you're from Cincinnati?"
Yeah.
My child was born in Cincinnati because he was directing the film here, Rain Man, and I guess his wife gave birth.
Small world.
Passing us right now is the Carlisle High School Marching Band. The CHS Marching Band is comprised of 70 members from the Carlisle local school district. This band is a consistent state finalist, receiving many contest wins and caption awards. And as they pass by, I can see why. They sound great.
You know, and we're also looking at the local realtor, Sipsy Klein, one of the biggest realtors here in the city. And the main thing I want to mention about them is they're local. Like Cincinnati was able to hold on to a lot of their local companies for a really long time. It was only until recently that Cincinnati Bell's name was changed, and we were some of the few cities that actually had a wireless company in our city's name. Let's go back down to Frank, who's along the parade route. Oh, I thought you said Frank. We're going to go to break. We're back in a moment.
are delighted to be bringing you the sights and sounds of the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade on a great, beautiful, sunny day. And I just want to pass it over right now to this band. So right now we got the Kenton County Schools Marching Band. Listen in, they sound fantastic.
Okay, so this next entry deserves a lot of attention and a lot of time. They were instrumental in changing the west end of Cincinnati. I'm talking about FC Cincinnati.
I'll tell you what, I knew this was a soccer town because I have so many kids, right? And all little kids play soccer, so I went through this 5 times, right? I had no idea, though, how big it was. I mean, it was big in our household, it was big where we live over in northern Kentucky, but the fact that soccer has just taken off here and FC Cincinnati has become the powerhouse they have been, and really the development over this side, it's unbelievable that it has happened this quickly.
That's the word, quickly.
Yes.
I'm astounded in the short amount of time it took from an idea to get it to where it is now as a Major League Soccer power.
Yes.
They won the regular season last year, the Supporter Shield, had the best record in Major League Soccer. They're in first place again this season. I mean, they've only played 5 games so far in the Major League Soccer season, but they're a first place team. To take them from an idea to the USL, to TQL Stadium, to the top of Major League Soccer in what, less than 10 years is astounding and something Cincinnati should be proud of.
And the other thing too is I'm glad they're doing well because their fan base was so loyal from the very beginning, you know, and they never wavered, and that's really great to see.
We think back to when they played at Nippert Stadium. What was the story every night with FC Cincinnati? How many people were at these games? They were setting records almost nightly when they were playing inside of a college football field. Now they have what is considered one of the best soccer venues, not only in Cincinnati, not only in the country, but in the entire world. And again, it's something that Cincinnati and the West End should be proud of.
I remember going to one of the very first press conferences about FC Cincinnati, and I'm like, what is this going to be? Right?
I know.
Look at it now.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have grown up. They're a powerhouse.
Let's go to Ashley, who's live near Fountain Square. Ashley, how does it look down there?
Okay, so we are down here at Fountain Square right now, of course, continuing to watch the parade progress. All right, tell me about, you're here with your daughters. Tell me their names.
This is Leanna, she's 5. That's Liliana, she's 6.
Okay, Liliana, you were just telling me, turn toward the camera. Here. Tell me about what's been your favorite part so far.
I like the scene Rosie, and I like the cheerleaders.
That was really cool. Have you gotten anything? I see you've got a little flag. What else have you got?
This card.
Yeah, and what are you so excited about for today?
I am so excited about the Reds.
Yeah? About maybe seeing the Reds win today? What about you? What are you enjoying?
Horsies? Say seeing the horsies?
Oh, you
Horsey.
Yeah, that was fun too. You guys are so cute. There's more horsies. Okay, so tell me why it was important to you to bring them down here today.
This is their second time. They was down here when they was babies, but just to show them what happens every year. So they'll be expected for more years to come.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Okay, well, you guys have fun today, okay? Thank you. Okay, so we're going to send it back to Frank Marzullo, who's along the parade route as well. Frank?
Oh, we are, and we're going to catch up in just a couple seconds with George Foster as you look live here, guys. Oh, this fan group. Who have you been excited to see so far?
So good so far. I feel good.
You feel good? Very good. Who are you looking to see? Who are you guys looking to see on the parade?
Red.
Here he is right now. Let's give it up for George Foster, everybody. And we'll just keep going. Hey, George Foster. I'll keep walking with you. You guys keep going. We'll be walking. George, how you doing?
Good. Great day. What a great day.
Yeah, so, going back to when you played, the parade was big then, but now, it never went up this far.
The kids showed it's alive. I just want all these kids to get a chance one day to come down to the ballpark and watch the players play. It'd be a great treat for them.
Do you remember when you were their age and you see guys and you're like, you know what? I want to pick up a bat. I want to get out there.
Oh, yeah. You idolize certain players. My player was Willie Mays, and I know Dela Cruz is the big name today, so it's great for the kids to have somebody to look up to.
It's great to see the back of the jerseys. The only thing, and they get out of school.
Well, that's okay. One day out of school is not bad, but get a chance. This is something it's a life changer for them.
I know you spent a lot of time over the years down at spring training in Arizona. I was actually down there for the last game there. What are you thinking of this team this year?
It's going to be exciting. Too bad to have a couple of injuries, but this from last year is exciting to watch them play.
McLean with that shoulder. Hey, George, good to see you. Good to see you. George Foster, everybody, right here along the parade run. How you doing? Good to see you guys. Oh, it's Taco Tuesday, Summer. Guys, we'll go back to you. How's it going?
How you doing? That's Frank. How you doing? Hey, by the way, we were talking about, just to reiterate what he was just saying about the kids, and you'll remember this, for the rest of your lifetime. That is not an understatement. Honestly, it is not an understatement. You're fine if you're home, you're watching, hopefully you're all snuggled up and you're watching it, or if you did take your kids out of school for the day and they're along this parade route, they will remember this when they're in their 40s and their 50s like we did when our parents just gave us one afternoon off just to come down here and to be a part of all this magic.
And we're taking a look at the Jack Sendell Band. That's a small public high school in Osgood, Indiana. They sound great.
They do. Yeah, they do. But don't you guys remember when you were kids, you always wanted to come to this?
Yes, because my dad would never let me.
Yes.
And that was a problem because I was like, Dad, can I not get out of school to come down here? I never went to opening day, not the parade, not the game ever as a kid, until I started working at Fox 19 now, and now I do both every single year. So I'm making up for lost time.
Here's a question. Your dad, and Joe comes from very smart people. I can understand his dad wanting you to be in school, but when it comes to raising your kids, what is your rule in terms of opening day?
Well, my kids were on spring break today, and the last question I asked them, I said, do you want to come with? They said, are we going to the game? I said, no, I'm going to the parade. I'm just here for the game. So I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're home playing Fortnite and getting ready for the 4:10 first pitch.
By the way, you heard from your friend when he told us. Let's talk about that once again.
So Rodney Hamilton, we mentioned him as the vintage baseball players went walking by, and we told the story of how he was injured in a work accident, had to lose part of his leg, couldn't make opening day, couldn't make it this year, and we wanted to shout him out and say hello, but hoped he was watching. He was watching. He sent us a text message and said, I promise I will be at the opening day parade next year. So there you have it. Rodney, we have you on live television saying you're going to be at the opening day parade next year. We're going to keep you to it. Hope you're feeling better.
So when Frank had an opportunity to talk to George Foster, which is one of the greats, Joe, let's talk about the Big Red Machine. And I do know for a fact that Pete Rose is going to be in town this weekend. He's coming. And that always is a big crowd. And I was wondering, because he told me the other day that he was going to be in town for this weekend, I was wondering if he was going to sneak in for this. Wouldn't that be something?
I'm just amazed how good George Foster looks.
He looks great.
He looks great.
Sounds great, too.
75 years old, sounds great, looks great. And you talk about a guy, and listen, we always do this with the Big Red Machine. We talk about Johnny, we talk about Pete, we talk about Tony. George Foster was the National League MVP in 1977. George Foster led the National League and the major leagues in home runs with 52 that year. George Foster is one of those people being honored right now at the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum. 5-time All-Star, 2-time World Champion, 1-time MVP. His resume is right there with some of the best in baseball history, and I'm glad he's being honored every year like he is. Because he still does so much work here in Cincinnati with some of the young baseball players. I believe he worked with one of your kids.
He did. I did a profile piece on him years ago. I didn't know him from Adam, right? But I chose number 15 to be my number in 3 sports all throughout high school because of him, and I told him that story. And one day we were just talking after I did a profile piece, and I said, my son who played baseball is in a slump. so George, do you have any tips? And he goes, well, when's his next game? And I told him whenever it was. And he said, how about some batting practice? And I said, yeah, he needs that. And he goes, no, with me. And I'm like, the what? Are you serious? He came over in the middle of Fort Thomas to some dumpy field and taught my kid how to hit again. And he actually did. He's that kind of a person.
Yeah.
He's just a good dude.
And if you remember a few years ago when we had the Hamilton West Side All-Stars make those runs at the Little League World Series, I know he worked with some of those players as well. And you can see how well they hit on the national stage on national TV. George Foster continues to be a very important piece of
They'll
Cincinnati
remember
baseball.
that for the rest of their lives.
And really another example of how former Major League athletes decide to call Cincinnati home and still give back to the community in so many different ways.
I see coming up on the parade route, which looks to be a replica of the World Series trophy. Now, Cincinnati hasn't won one of these since 1990. We haven't advanced, when I say we, Cincinnati baseball, the Reds, haven't advanced in the playoffs since 1995. There have been plenty of playoff seasons, but this city hasn't seen the Reds advance in the playoffs in nearly 30 years. And as that replica World Series trophy goes by, it's a reminder how hungry Cincinnati is for a winning team, and they have one.
Let's go to Ashley. She's hanging out with fans near Fountain Square.
Okay, so I am here with Allison and Olivia, and it seems like Allison maybe talked Olivia into coming here. Tell me about how
you're down a little bit, you know, to enjoy a Thursday off.
Absolutely. We both have the day off, so we decided to come enjoy it.
Okay, so you're originally from here, right?
I'm from Columbus, but I moved down about 5 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, and so how did you convince her to come for opening day? What'd you tell her about it?
Well, she's a new mama, so I thought she would like a day just to hang out.
Well, congratulations. What do you think so far?
Oh, it's been really fun. It's been a nice day. Like I said, fun here in the sun has made a big difference. That's been great.
Yeah, I liked coming to Fountain Square because it's like a really open area, but you've got to come to the left side of Fountain Square.
So correct. Yes, absolutely.
So what has been your favorite part so far? Is there a particular float?
Well, the floats so far, I think our favorite was I like the sheriffs. I love the bagpipes and everything. I thought that was great. But we also already got our Skyline chili on as breakfast, basically, so we love that too.
I was at the airport the other day where they have actual Skyline breakfast. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. But Skyline for breakfast, what a great day. What do you think? Are the Reds going to be good this year?
I mean, they gotta be. You can't say no.
I mean, somebody earlier said we're undefeated right now. It's a good feeling.
Exactly, yes. We're off to a good start. For
sure. So whose jersey do you have? Is it
Brandon Phillips.
Okay.
So he's my
throwback?
Exactly, a throwback jersey, but absolutely adore him. Yep.
What else are you guys going to do today? Are you going to the game?
I think we're not going to the game, but I think we're just going to kind of roam around, enjoy the festivities.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of the whole day. Isn't necessarily the game. It's watching the game, of course, but it's doing the whole Cincinnati thing, right?
Exactly. We love being downtown, seeing everybody all around, just and having a good day.
What do you guys think about the weather?
I'm in love with the weather.
Yeah, this is a great day. I am happy for this.
I think it's pretty nice too.
Better, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is March 28th, and it's pretty nice.
It's lovely.
Thank you guys so much. Have fun today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we'll send it back to you. We'll have more from Fountain Square coming up.
You know, we were talking about young organizations. We talked about FC Cincinnati, how it really caught on here. But let's talk about the Flying Pig Marathon. Because we're all young enough, yes, we are young enough to remember when that wasn't even a thing. And we were invited to like the inaugural run where you only won this like tiny little bitty piece of it to be a part of it. And it has grown up. You've run in it.
Yeah.
Joe, have you run in it?
I haven't run the full marathon. I did one of the ancillary races leading up to the Flying Pig. I haven't actually done the full marathon. I don't think I can do it.
Well,
Rob, he's the stud. You did it.
Yeah, I did the Flying Pig Marathon probably 10 times.
Woo.
It's a young marathon, but it made the top 10 rather quickly, and it's one of the best organized marathons. And I'll tell you this, and Ashley knows this too, the thing about running in Cincinnati is that there are hills everywhere, right? The Flying Pig Marathon is harder than running the Boston Marathon. And when you run the Flying Pig Marathon and train in Cincinnati, when you get to Heartbreak Hill in Boston, you're like going, that's it? That's it?
Are you kidding me?
Positive.
Joe,
I think the Flying Pig
believe
Marathon is much harder because you have to go from downtown, up Gilbert, through the park, through Eden Park, until you hit Madison, and all that is uphill.
We are about halfway through, as I look at our list, we're about halfway through all of the entrants in the 105th opening day parade here in Cincinnati. A quick reminder to check out all of our social media platforms, where I know Jeremy Rao is on the parade route, getting behind the scenes interviews and pictures. You can check that out on Facebook, our website, on Twitter, everywhere you go to watch Fox 19 Now these days. You can check those out right now. Also encourage you, if you know someone who is on the opening day route, send them a text, tell them to snap some pictures, share them with us. We want your opening day experience as part of ours.
I always love getting at least one huge selfie with a whole bunch of people for my header for the year. I hope that we can get down there soon and get that going on, because that's so fun. Look,
I know you were talking about that yesterday, how you usually use your picture that you take as your banner on all your social media, which I think is fantastic.
I love that. Hey, so just to make sure that you saw, the Cincinnati Vintage Baseball Club, they were in the old white uniforms, the organization displaying the way baseball was played in the 1860s. They used those authentic uniforms and equipment. And I do believe right behind us, what you're hearing right now is
And right now we're looking at members of the Cincinnati Public Schools Marching Band. 150 members take part in that.
Let's stand just for a moment and see how they sound.
So you just saw the Cincinnati High School Public School Marching Band. That is Hughes, Taft, Aiken, Gamble Montessori, and Woodward High Schools all together on one big band here at the opening day parade. Frank Marzullo, let's check back in with Frank on the opening day parade route. Hey, Frank.
Hey guys, we have some Olympians with us here this morning, or this afternoon. Mary Weinberg, of course, the 2008 gold in Beijing. David Payne grabbing that silver. Mary, how are you? We'll just keep
I am doing great. I'm so excited. I love this wonderful day, opening day. I'm here with my teammate David Payne from the Olympics. We're excited.
All the energy here. I mean, you've been in a couple of these now.
I have, and I will never miss one.
I remember when Rob and I saw you at UC over in Dallas.
Yes.
Reds fans, Bearcats, everybody travels.
I'm bringing the energy,
And you're getting your steps into. You know something about getting steps in.
Yes, I'm getting my steps in. It's not quite a 400. You know, it's a little bit longer, but I'll be okay.
And you've got a trolley track to watch out.
Exactly.
Here, let me talk to David there. David, how you doing? Now, what opening day parade is this for you?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Is this what opening day parade is this for you?
Oh, this is my third.
Your third?
Yeah, this is my third.
It's bigger every year. What does it mean to everybody out here supporting the Reds, of course, and and supporting you guys and all of your accomplishments?
Man, hometown love. That's what that is.
Yeah.
We represent, and then we come back, and they give us love. Because Cincinnati is the place to be.
I mean, look at this, Washington Park over here. You check out Washington Park, and Rob and Trisha and Joe, you'll know this. When we used to walk down here, 15, 17 years ago, there was no crowd right here. There was a few spectators. The crowd didn't come until you got maybe out towards, out towards the School of Creative Performing Arts. This was desolate. Now, look at this crowd. Let me hear you right here. Come on now. Look at this guy right here.
Let's go Reds!
Go Reds! We're going to need a bigger city to fit more people in it.
I know.
Very good. Guys, right there. Go Reds. We'll go back upstairs to you.
All right, Frank, thank you very much. That's actually a really good point. It wasn't that long ago when Washington Park was underutilized, and now we use that as a celebration point as well in front of Music Hall, which is historic. And if you go back 25 years, they thought about tearing that thing down.
I mean, you think about it, when the Bengals came back from the Super Bowl after they won the AFC Championship, where did they have their big rally to welcome the team back? Washington Park. You're right. It's really utilized the way it should be now. It's a great space right there by Music Hall.
All right, we have much more of the Finley Market Opening Day Parade, much more things to celebrate here in town, including the Reds. We're back in a moment.
Welcome back. I hope you're having a great time sitting back and enjoying the sights and sounds. We certainly are having a great time. We were a little bit apprehensive when we heard about the weather forecast because Steve Horsmeyer was telling us make sure you're in the sun side of the street. We are. And all of Cincinnati, I think they're here. And they're all smiles, and they're all decked out in red and white and black everywhere you look. It is a fantastic day to be a Cincinnati Reds fan.
You know, this is like one of the things I look forward to every year in terms of, you know, hanging out with Joe and Tricia. Cincinnati is our backdrop, and we celebrate everything that's great about this city. And when you watch this opening day parade, you realize there's plenty to celebrate in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys had a favorite moment yet of the parade? I know mine.
What is yours?
I'll start. I caught a football from Ken Anderson.
That's what I said. Yours is easy.
Not one, twice.
Yours is
Twice.
easy.
You got 2 footballs from Kenny Anderson. The thing that I like seeing most are the young fans who, at this point, could become lifelong fans of the Reds, regardless of where they live. And we love saying hi to everyone who surrounds this platform that we're on. But yeah, like I like seeing all the young kids and watching them become lifelong fans of the Reds.
You know, I love seeing all the celebrities. I love seeing the, you know, the people I idolized growing up. You know, the George Fosters and Anthony Munoz and stuff like that. But honestly, the thing that I like the most is every day, you know, for hours and hours and hours a day, we are doing the news. And, you know, usually the bad stuff makes the news. So we cover so much heavy, terrible stuff every night. And a lot of times it's really hard mentally to deal with all of that. And then you come here and you see the absolute flip side of that. And the joy and the happiness and the togetherness, the smiles. There is nothing more uniting than this parade, honestly. This makes you just feel so good. And then you think of all of the good. And it's, I mean, I sound like a little sappy.
No.
But it's so true, right?
It is what you said, and what you said, it's hopeful, right, of the upcoming season, but it's also joyful as we celebrate our city.
I'm just excited I stand next to 2 celebrities like this.
Oh, yeah.
Because every time people walk by, they're chanting Rob and Tricia.
Let me tell you one thing you're lucky about. Like 10 minutes ago, Jeremy was up here, and Joe and Jeremy are singing. You're lucky you didn't see that.
Lucky, yeah. Going back to the parade, we are seeing members of Mount St. Joe's University. It wasn't that long ago they switched from the College of Mount St. Joe's to Mount St. Joe's University on the west side of town.
Which is where Lauryn Hill went to school. Put them on the map.
Correct.
Mount St. Joe.
Okay, let's check in with Frank Marzullo on the parade route. Frank.
Yes, hey there, everybody. We are here with the Sherwood Roping Ropes. What's going on, guys? Hey, can you show me some jump roping? Let me see. Do it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now, what's the key? Do you think I can jump rope?
Yeah.
Okay, hold this. Okay. Oh, we got to keep the parade moving, though. We got to keep it moving. Uh-oh. Okay, ready? I'm giving children a microphone. This is not a good thing. Okay.
Yes.
Ready? Okay. There you go. You kids are a lot better. Oh, watch out. There you go. Hold on. Wires everywhere, cables everywhere. There we go. Okay. Hey, let's come on over here. You guys have fun. Look at this. Remembering our friends from King Records. What's going on? What's happening to King Records?
Oh, you know what's happening. We about to make it go on.
Oh, yeah. What are we listening to right here? What we got going?
We got King Records going to be revived. We got Elvis back here. We got Rufus back here doing James Brown. We got it going on.
And we're keeping King Records alive. What's up? How's the sex?
All right, we're doing good. Yeah. King's Record in the building.
Look at this. And you guys have a lot going to keeping the memory alive, right?
I already know for sure, man. This is it. Love Cincinnati.
Love it.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame downtown now honoring all the great artists that came out of King.
Yes, sir. I love it, man. We going to do our thing. We hope everybody's having a good time for opening day. Yes, sir.
We love it, King Records. Enjoying it there. Hey, I got Lincoln Ware. I haven't seen you in about 3 years. In the last week, I've seen you twice.
I know, isn't that something? That's something else. How you been, man?
I'm doing great, baby. Now, I mean, you used to do the show down here. What opening day is this for you?
I tell you, and this is great. The King Records and all that James Brown stuff. Oh, it's great, man. You can't get it better than this. And I can't believe how many people are here today.
Well, and you rap. Well, you've known this. The crowd was never back here about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
You got to get past Washington.
Right. Oh, man, it's unbelievable how many people are out here today. This is great.
Well, and the Music Walk of Fame downtown.
Yes. I mean, you can't beat it. Yeah. People need to go down there to check that out.
I was astonished when I saw it.
Oh, yeah, you got to go check it out. I tell you, this is amazing, and it's always good to see you.
Always good to see. Hey, Rob Williams is back over there.
Rob, I love Rob. Is my man. Rob is my man. What's up, Rob?
He's the man. I'm a little upset with you, Rob, though. Lincoln, we'll see you, buddy. I'm a little upset with you, Rob, because you said you look forward to this year spending time with Joe and Trisha. What am I? We'll go back to you.
Jealous. He is jealous.
Shout right back to Lincoln Ware. Of course, we know him from the radio. He's very involved. The one thing we should mention about King Records is that that's where Bootsy Collins got his start, playing for James Brown. At one point, King Records was like the top 10 recording label in the country. I think it was number 7, and that's where James Brown recorded.
I look forward to Rob's history lesson about King Records every opening day parade.
I'll tell you why, because I used to get my haircut in Evanston, and the King Records building was right next to where I got my haircut, and I had no idea there was so much history in that building. But we're realizing the history once again, which is great to see.
The Lebanon High School Band is passing us right now, 102 members strong, playing Hang On Sloopy here at the opening day parade. They sound great as well.
Here's a question. Does anybody know this? How did Hang On Sloopy become the song for Ohio State University?
Boy, I'm going to get in trouble for this because I don't know the answer, and I should know the answer to this, and I probably have heard the answer, but just can't remember. I don't know exactly how or why, but I do know it's a tradition as they go into the fourth quarter when the fans are feeling good, and typically Ohio State's winning because they're really good.
Do you know the
They
answer?
play that and it gets the crowd going. Jeremy would know. I'll ask Jeremy during our next commercial.
Oh yeah, so let's get Jeremy up on this stage. You know, Jeremy hails originally from Columbus. How you doing?
Now,
Jeremy,
you are absolutely
hails from
lawnmowers?
No,
Okay,
we want to talk to you about, we're going to ask you a
spot.
question because we don't know the answer to it.
Oh.
We're wondering if you know the answer to this question. How did Hang On Sloopy become Ohio State's song?
So there was an old coach named Sloopy back in the day who just always couldn't hang on. No, I don't remember actually. I don't know.
For about a half second, I thought that was going somewhere.
I've learned for 10 years working with
the
him.
old coach Sloopy, I'm
But he's
thinking,
not
wow.
telling the truth. I told them, though, we're
I
both
should
going to
know
get in trouble
that.
for this because
Yeah.
we should know this. You should know
I'm
it from
sorry.
growing up near
My
Columbus.
Uncle Craig would know. I just want to say, and I know we're doing coverage here, but I've been down doing social media. The best thing I've seen all day is the lawnmower crew. Did you guys see the lawnmower guys? I know you're like doing a lot of TV. That's America right there. I mean, how often do you get to see a bunch of guys pushing lawnmowers, wearing Pete Rose jerseys in a parade? That's Cincinnati.
Down the middle of the street.
Right down the middle of the street. Right down Broadway. That's Cincinnati.
All right, passing us right now is the Batavia High School Marching Band. More than 75 members in the Batavia High School Marching Band. The past 5 years, they played at Cedar Point, Ohio U, Ohio State, so they should learn Hang On Sloopy, and the Jackson Apple Festival. They're part of the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade, so is Ashley Smith on the parade route. Let's check in with Ashley.
Okay, so we are here, of course, on Fountain Square. I'm joined by Tyler and his daughter, Everly. Is that right, Everly?
Yes. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Let me get your sunglasses. Okay, so this is both of your first opening day. Wow. Okay, so they live in Independence. Tell me about your experience so far.
We've had a great time. Hey, haven't you loved all the floats?
I saw you dancing. What were you dancing to? Do you remember?
All the good music on the trucks.
It was like the female baseball players. I forget what they're called, but yeah.
The dance squad. Yeah, she loves all the dance music they've been playing and all the big floats. And we just saw a bunch of cows on the Chick-fil-A float and everything. So she's really been loving it.
Are you guys going to the game?
No, we just came for the parade, but we'd love to go. But unfortunately, we couldn't get tickets this time around.
It's tough. But what are your plans for the rest of the day?
We're going to enjoy the atmosphere a little bit. We'll walk around, probably eat a little bit of food that's out here, but it's been a good time. We've been out since about 10 a.m., so been out here for a while.
Yeah, little daddy-daughter day.
Yeah.
Who else are you here with?
My wife's behind the camera, and I got another daughter here behind you. But yeah, we got a whole family out here. But took one of our kids out of school. Don't tell them.
Yeah, we won't tell anybody about that. What has been your favorite part so far? Is it just spending time with the family?
Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing her reaction to some things, and obviously the crowd and everybody in a good atmosphere is always a good time.
Yeah.
So everybody's happy. Everybody's in a good mood. You know, that's the best part about it.
I think this is a really good location. This is my first time staying at Fountain Square during the parade, and it seems like a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. We started at the banks, and that was a good time and everything, but we moved up this way because we had some family up here. When we got up here, it was just a whole other environment. You know, everybody's crowded, but everybody's happy to be around each other. No one's really mad or anything like that. So good weather, good people. It's a good time.
Yeah, hopes are high for the season and everything,
absolutely.
and the weather is great. So it's your first opening day. Do you think it'll be your last?
No, absolutely not. We'll be back from time to time.
Yeah, I love it. Hopefully the kids will have the day off of school.
Yeah, maybe next time we'll be better off, but we got as many as we can get out here, so.
Well, I hope you guys both enjoy it. Have fun.
Say thank you.
Can you say go Reds?
Go Reds.
That was perfect. Thank you guys so much. Have fun. So again, we're here on Fountain Square, and there are tons and tons of people gathered here at this very spot. It seems like a really good looking point where you can see the entire parade. And of course, we'll have more for you coming up here in just a bit. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.
Earlier in the parade, you saw the members of the Cincinnati Zoo pass on by. Of course, there's a lot of ode to Fiona. The entire city fell in love with her. The entire country fell in love with her. Our premature hippo that was nursed back to care by neonatal nurses from Children's Hospital, which was pretty fantastic.
She's in the Sweet 16 right now, by the way.
Oh.
So the Cincinnati Zoo's doing a bracket, so you can go to Cincinnati Zoo's Facebook page and their social media because they're doing like a whole March Madness.
Is she a 1 seed?
She is a 1 seed, of course. I think Rico the porcupine, and there's a sloth also, but my money is on Fiona. She's slow, and she's kind of big, but she's going to get it done.
So I did get in trouble. I had a friend text me and said, you call yourself a sports guy.
And you don't know it?
And don't know the history of Hang On Sloopy, so he gave me a quick history of it. He told me that a student in the 60s heard it on the radio and said, this would be great for the band to play, so he took it to the band director and said, you should arrange this music. The next day, they arranged the music, and it's become an Ohio State tradition ever since.
Very nice.
Something as simple as a student hearing it on the radio, and 50 years later, 60 years later, it's still used.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What a good story.
The purple is unmistakable. We're seeing members of the Elder High School Band pass on by, and as you can see, its membership is strong.
You talk about things that are oh so Cincinnati, you start talking about high school football, and when you mention high school football in Cincinnati, you talk about Elder and one of the great venues to watch a high school football game, which is the Pit. So let's take a quick listen to the Elder High School Marching Band. That was the Elder High School Band here at the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade. You can see on your screen right now a little QR code. We've been telling you to send us pictures. So send a text if you know someone who's at the parade to take pictures, scan that QR code, and you can share those pictures with us. So I know it's a process. If you're watching on TV, have someone you know who's at the parade, send your pictures, scan the QR code, send them to us because we want your experience here on the opening day parade route as well. Did you guys see the pedal wagon go by? Have you done the pedal wagon?
The pedal wagon, let me just tell you this, looks like it would be fun. It looks like it would be fun until you get on that thing.
Unless
you have somebody really
you know the
strong
secret.
with you. Ooh,
Yes,
what
well
is
that's the secret right there. Get a bunch of strong people. You say, because right there in the pedal wagon, there's a little insert in the middle where you can be the bartender. Be the bartender.
Yes.
So everybody else does the work, and you just pass out the drinks.
Not bad.
See, that's the tip. Now, the pedal wagon is a great time, but you talk about the hills of Cincinnati?
Correct.
I know we're here in Over the Rhine area. Yeah. There are hills in Over the Rhine. When you're pedaling this thing up and you've had a few spirits, it gets pretty difficult. That's why you tell everybody you're the bartender.
Even down at Smale, where you think Smale Riverfront Park is relatively flat until you rent one of those and you think, oh, I'm just going to take my mom and the kids and we're just going to have a good old time. It is hard. And before you know it, you're pushing. I mean, like, you're pushing that
you're
thing.
Sweating.
Oh, it's terrible.
No question.
Oh, it's hard.
We have much more live from the Finley Market Opening Day Parade after this.
And welcome back to our live coverage of the 105th Finley Market Opening Day Parade here on Fox 19 now with Tricia Mackey and Rob Williams. I'm Joe Daneman. Frank Marzullo and Ashley Smith have been on the parade route all day long. Are you guys, how's your energy? This is a long parade. We've been in here for an hour and a half, and there's still a good 40 or 50 floats still to come here in Cincinnati. That's how many people want to be a part of the Opening Day Parade.
For me, it's like the enthusiasm of the crowd is infectious, and I feel like I can keep going on forever.
It's the
my
bands.
body, though. My body is a different thing. What?
Yeah, when the bands come through, that gets my excitement and energy back up here, because we are closing in on just about 2.5 hours until first pitch of the Red season, an exciting season that's expected here in Cincinnati.
And you're looking now at the Taylor High School Marching Band, based in Cleves, Ohio. Top 10 in Mid-States Marching Finals the last 3 years, so congratulations to them.
Did you guys by chance see the Great Parks of Hamilton County float? It went by because I turned around and I saw looked like a big truck, and it had a bunch of like Christmas trees on it, right? And I'm thinking, who's doing the Christmas tree stuff, right? And then I looked up and it was the park board. It was all of the parks. the 22 parks, then all of the nature preserves spanning 18,000 acres all across Hamilton County. If you haven't been to a park, taken the kids to a park, taking your dogs to the park, you got to check one out. I mean, they're all over the place, and they're so pretty. And this is the perfect time of year to get out there.
Yeah, and we are lucky that we have such a great park system. And a lot of the times, the programs that they put on are free. So if you're looking for something to do with your kids this spring and summer, you might want to head to Hamilton County Park.
Let's check back in on the parade route and Ashley Smith.
Okay, so we are live here on Fountain Square right now. I was prepping my people. Okay, so take a look at this. All these crowds, everybody is so... The energy is high. Oh, wow. Let's go, we got them all here. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. First opening day? He's been to two. Two opening days? Yeah. Say go Reds. Say go Reds. Go Reds. Thank you guys very much. Have fun. Okay, we've got younger fans over here. Are you guys cold? But are you excited? Yeah, go Reds, right? Yeah. It is a little cold, and we got a cloud. Guys excited? Yeah! Okay, so here at Fountain Square, we are continuing to watch, of course, the parade go by, and the energy, it is still very high. Guys, back to you.
Please, I mean, so many people have come up this way, and they're taking photos. We love photos. If you have any photos, please send them into our website. Go to pics@fox19.com. Send us any of the sights and the sounds that we might not see, because a lot of times we're busy up here, but we see people taking great shots all over. Love the kids. I love all of them. You notice how many dogs are in clothes?
Oh yeah, there's
Big
a lot of
fan.
dogs wearing clothes down here.
Big fan.
Trisha is now a dog person. She's got her two girls. We should mention that if you follow any one of our social medias, we have Julie O'Neill and Jeremy Rao taking video behind the scene pictures and posting it to our social media pages. So make sure you check those out as well.
You can hear the loud noises right now of the Newport Fire Department, of course. Newport is a big part of Reds country here in the Cincinnati area. Just when you need that energy kick, the fire department comes through with all the loud noises. The next float you're seeing is the Greater Cincinnati Waterworks. The parade truck is pulling a trailer with a small water tower, a water main, and a faucet. Very creative float, one of the more creative ones we've seen so far on the opening day parade route. Following along, our next entrant will be the CCPA Rising Marching Band, located right here in the west end of Cincinnati. They consist of 40 students from the 4th grade all the way up to senior year. So you think about that age gap from 4th grade all the way up to about 14, 15 years old, up to 18 years old, all the way up to seniors. So the CCPA Marching Band, very colorful, coming through here. They're going to put on a great performance, I would assume.
Hey, you know something interesting? So Joe pointed out a little bit ago, because we saw the Elder Band, right?
Yes.
And with all their purple. Every time you wear purple, there's an Elder fan out there that says, hey man, thanks for wearing the purple. I mean,
Purple Friday.
If you're not familiar with high school sports, there are some nutty fans. And I mean that from like all kindness in my heart. But a lot of them in Ohio, Joe, you've seen it.
Yeah. Well, if you ask me what Cincinnati does well, I would tell you high school sports.
High school sports.
Obviously,
yes.
What we do as well as anybody in the country. When you talk about high school football, you start talking about the states that produce the most talent. Of course, everybody goes to California, Texas, Florida. Ohio is right there, and Cincinnati is one of the great producers of great football talent. Just go watch the Bearcats play and then look down their roster. That's a Big 12 football team, and you'll just find it dotted with kids from Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky to Indiana because of the football we play here. Every coach that comes to UC now, if you just put a gate around the tri-state, and you recruit that area, you're going to have a competitive football team.
And Joe mentioned earlier, going back to Elder, if you've ever been to a football game at the Pit, it's like nothing you've seen on a high school level. When I showed up there, people were tailgating like they were at an NFL football game.
You would think it's a Bengals Sunday.
Which says everything about football here in Ohio, specifically Elder.
Now I mentioned the CCPA band was here. There they are in the bright yellow colors to show off what they're all about. Look, you can see some of these young people are so young, and then you have some of the older teenagers as well. I love this mix of younger and older kids learning to play together. And when you get kids started at this young age, whatever it is, whether it's a sport, whether it's band, whatever it is that they have as a hobby, if you get them started this young, they're only going to get better and better. And these young kids right now are getting a great experience to play on this stage in front of more than 100,000 people over a parade route. You can't get a better stage than that.
I always think it's astounding when you hear these kids play, whether or not it's in a marching band or a symphony in school, and they have no musical ability at all. They are learning from zero. And these fantastic teachers and these music instructors that are putting them on this huge stage, these guys sound good.
They sound really great. Now we're taking a look at the Cincinnati Fire Museum. If you've never been there, it's located near City Hall, so in the Central Business District. And it celebrates once again that Cincinnati had the first professional paid fire department in the country in the late 1850s, so before the Civil War.
If I'm not mistaken, Rob, and you might not know this, you may, that the Fire Museum is on the National Register of Historic Places. It is.
It's a beautiful building. If you have never been there, you should check it out.
It's almost as if, even if you're from here, you should still learn more about your city, because I'm from here, and there are plenty of things that I haven't seen, haven't been to, and haven't experienced before. And this is a good reminder, again, even if you're from here, to come check out the so many things that make Cincinnati so unique as well.
Frank Marzullo is standing by on the parade route. Hi, Frank.
Hey there, Tricia, Rob, Joe. I found my people, Cincinnati's Italian heritage, saluting the Reds. And you can't be an Italian heritage society if you don't have a sweet-looking Ferrari.
That's right, a 488 Spider with a special code red, baby.
Oh, we love it. Hey, let's come on over here. See all my Italian friends here. How we doing? Everybody ready? My question, where's the pasta?
Where's the pasta?
Yeah.
That's over with the pizza with him.
Oh, the pizza. Who has the pizza?
Hey,
Ella Pasquale's Pizza, Newport, Kentucky. You look like Geraldo Rivera with the mustache and the hair.
Really?
I love it. No.
Grazie.
Pasquale. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Great day.
The Italians love the Reds.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yes, we love it. Keep it going there. Look at this. We even have we got the Italian job bicycles here. Oh, it's fabulous. It's great. How you doing? What opening day is this for you?
Number 55.
55. And how do you celebrate opening day? I'm Italian. I'm gonna go home, have a big bowl of pasta, maybe some cutlet.
We're gonna have pasta tonight. We're gonna have wine tonight. And we're gonna celebrate with this whole group and the whole city.
And you're gonna have red wine for the Reds.
That's very good.
There you go.
Very good.
There you go. Hey, let's go down to Ashley Smith. She's down at one of, we've all said it, one of my favorite places, Fountain Square, where the crowd is just huge. Ashley?
Oh, it is. And the sun is out on this side of the street. So we are here with my friends. What's your name?
Jeremy.
And who's the little one?
Kane.
And what are you guys doing today?
Enjoying opening day.
First one?
One of many.
One of many.
They're first.
What do you think so far?
Good.
Do you think the Reds are going to win today?
Yes.
Yeah. You think they're going to the World Series this year? All right, you heard it here. What about you? What are you enjoying so much about today?
The parade.
Yeah. What's been your favorite part of the parade so far?
Probably the unicyclers. They're actually my school.
Yeah, they were great. I was watching them, and they were fantastic. All right, let's come over to this side. All right, what's your name?
Jody.
Riley.
Morgan. Ava.
And?
Cooper.
Okay, and is this your first opening day? You guys come every year? First opening day. I found so many people. It's their first opening day. What do you think so far?
We love it.
Yeah.
It was great.
What's been your favorite part?
Definitely the Chick-fil-A cow.
I'm surprised nobody says this right now when I'm on Fox 19. Yes, that too. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Anyways, no. And what are you looking forward to for the rest of the day?
Well, I'm not going to the game, but like we're going to eat after, so.
Yeah. Ooh, the food. I know. I tell you what, it may not be hard work standing here at the parade, but I am hungry. I'm working up an appetite. So what do you think so far? What's been your favorite part?
The Chick-fil-A cow.
Chick-fil-A cow. I get it. I think we're all thinking about food. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have fun. All right, guys, it's a good time down here at Fountain Square, but for now, we'll send it back to you guys at OTR.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. Did you see those people on the skates? That's
did.
part of like Cincinnati Parsons Skate downtown Cincinnati. And one young man who's really involved in that group actually skated during the halftime show of the Super Bowl with Usher.
I remember us interviewing him,
Yes.
correct?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
man.
Again, Cincinnati on a national stage, which is always great to see.
I was so hopeful the Bengals would make the Super Bowl this year. Not just because, of course, it's great for the city, but just because I wanted to be there for Usher's performance. But we think back to the Super Bowl we went to, Tricia.
Yeah.
And the performances we saw at that halftime show.
She was on stage with Coolio.
Yeah, but she was. Have I ever told you what happened to me near halftime?
No.
So nearing halftime, and look, they had to have all these low-riding cars. If you remember, they were props at the halftime show. So all the big-name guys were sitting in their cars. We're talking about Dr. Dre and Snoop. So I went running off the field. I'm running to get a battery for the final first minute of the Super Bowl. And so here I come flying around the corner, and the security detail saw a guy running towards their cars. These humongous men stepped between me and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre as if I was going to attack them. I said, no, I'm just running to get a battery. They're like, you better be. And I just kept going my way. I wasn't messing with them in that moment at the Super Bowl. Trust me.
They're going to take
I was just trying to get a battery.
You watched just a moment ago the Syrian Shrine of Cincinnati, 22 hospitals throughout the United States, including the tri-state. Kentucky Hospital, it's an orthopedic hospital, and then the new Ohio Hospital is more geared toward. But I'm sure that you know that they already do an amazing amount of work for so many children across the country. Boy, that's loud.
We're about almost 2 hours into this parade. We have maybe, 15 more floats?
And you think about it, you mentioned how loud it is. They've been waiting for hours to announce their arrival because they have to line these floats up in order. So they've been waiting for several hours. You think about the first floats they've done. They've gone all the way to the finish line. They're probably finished tearing down and heading home. These guys have been waiting 2 hours, maybe even more, while lined up to announce their presence. And they hit us with the horn.
Joe and Rob, you guys know I'm a huge movie buff of quotes. I love movie quotes, right?
Yes.
I'm going to give you one right there. I'm going to announce my presence with authority.
I'm blanking.
Me too.
I'm blanking.
He's a pitcher.
Oh, Bull Durham.
Yes,
Bull Durham.
Yes.
Yes. Meat.
Yes,
Nuke
Meat.
Lelouch or whatever his name is. Yes.
That's
Bull
what came to
Durham.
mind when he's like
Tim
blowing
Robbins.
the horn.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing me to pull that one out from the back of my mind because, again, I would have been embarrassed if I didn't know the answer.
So, and Joe mentioned just how much work goes into putting this parade on every year because you have to take 155 groups, line it up before the parade even starts. Just the logistics of that is pretty amazing. So there's a lot of people working behind the scenes so people can celebrate opening day every year.
Going to take a moment to talk about the Yellow Ribbon Support Center, which is what you're seeing right behind us right now. With freedom, with a military route for each of our fallen heroes are on the track as well. Keith Maupin started this organization 20 years ago when his son, Matt, went missing. He became a POW in Iraq. And it took years and years, and his father being a squeaky wheel to finally get something done. And he tells that story with pride that he finally got his son back home. Now there is a big fundraiser that's coming up in 2 weeks. It's all of our information. It's on our website, actually. I'm going to be one of the keynote speakers, and it raises a lot of money to support the Yellow Ribbon Support Center, which shares boxes to all military members across the country. And that's coming up, as well as providing scholarships to people in the name of different Gold Star families. It's a wonderful organization. It's been going on strong for 20 years.
I think Keith Maupin is a great example of when something tragic happens to you, the best way to overcome depression and feeling of helplessness is to do something. And he does that every year.
For 20 years.
Yeah, for 20 years,
Yes.
raising money in his son's name to help other people, and I think that's fantastic.
And I asked him, I said, when are you going to stop, Keith? And he goes, as soon as everybody wants nothing to do with all of these boxes, I'm going fishing. He's never going to stop.
He's a great
gonna
guy.
stop.
And you can find out more about what his organization does online. You can find out about that event where Trisha's going to be the keynote speaker.
Some of the bands that have gone by, the Carroll County Band of Gold, we showed you the Reading Band earlier on. The bands, of course, always bring a lot of energy. Some of the floats that pass by as we were talking as well, the Clermont County Public Library and the Twin Towers Senior Living, a part of the opening day parade here in Cincinnati in 2024 as well.
This next float you're looking at is the opening day gang. They're just a group of loyal Reds fans. Officially started in the parade in 2000. So they've been going strong now for 24 years. So as we watch these floats go by, I just told you that group started in 2000. That's probably I think it was in 2000. Whatever year it was, Ken Griffey, opening day, we're playing in the wedge. Right? Remember the stadium was cut into a wedge? That is my favorite opening day memory. Well, that got rained out, I remember.
That was 2000. He signed with the Reds in February of 2000. And again, he was supposed to be the missing piece to that 1999 team. And I've made that comparison this year with 2000 and the 1999 team as well. It's 25 years since, and that's the theme of this parade today with Dimitri Young and Pokey Reese, and of course Sean Casey throwing out the first pitch at Great American Ballpark today. No one will do it with more energy ever than Sean Casey will today. But that 1999 team has so many young players that we were so excited to see, and they never really did meet the potential of what we thought they could be. That's why I think this team's going to be different, because there's so many young players, so many rising stars, and so many personalities. I showed you the picture of what Ellie De La Cruz was walking in wearing today. And that's become a big part of what it's like to be as an athlete, right? Because we see Joe Burrow and his entrances with what he wears. And now we're going to do this for Major League Baseball. Maybe it's just today. Maybe it's just opening day. We get that fit shot of him walking down the tunnel in his red shirt and his camo pants and all the accessories he wears. Have you ever noticed what Ellie wears on his wrists? He has all these wristbands. We've seen people wear those all the time. He must have 15 or 20 of them. Not only do they look cool, I asked him where they came from. So he was at Reds Fest, and a bunch of kids gave him these wristbands. And he's worn them since Reds Fest at every public outing, at every Reds practice. I'm curious if he'll wear them today on game day. But that was in December. It's now almost April, and he wears what these kids gave him at Reds Fest.
I mean, that tells you a lot about his personality.
Agreed.
As well. I like that.
First pitch is just after 4 o'clock. I know it's a long season, but Joe, you said it would be mentally important for them to win the first one.
Well, they started last year 7-15. The year before that, they started 3-22. The big question everybody keeps asking me is, how can the Reds get off to a better start this year? I said, well, you think about last year, on opening day, they didn't have Ellie De La Cruz. They didn't have Matt McLean. They didn't have Andrew Abbott. These are guys that all came midway through the season. Christian Encarnacion Strand as well. They're all here now. It also helps, they're starting against the Washington Nationals. And look, I know they're professional baseball players, and they're paid as well, just like the Reds are, but this is a team the Reds are supposed to be. Now you look at the schedule, it gets really difficult late April and all through May. So there's this 22-game window here to start the season. The Reds have got to get off to a better start this year to meet the expectations we expect them to have. They haven't won opening day in 4 years. That's a big letdown.
Yeah,
you know, we have the big party, and I know opening day is so much about what we're doing right now, and it's not always just about the baseball, but when you add a win to the big party,
that's good stuff.
Then that party lasts all night long, right? So the Reds need to get a win today. It would be their first.
All right,
in
so
4
hey,
years.
now let me ask you this. Okay, so the other day you were talking about Reds walk-up music. If you're watching in the afternoon, Joe was in there. They were taking batting practice, and they were checking out the speaker system, and we were seeing what everybody's walk-up music would be, which I think shows a lot about their personality, because they get to pick up their own walk-up music, right? And I asked you, and I put you on the spot, but you probably had a chance to think about it, and I got Frank over here also, who just came up here, all right, you get an opportunity to show a little bit about your personality with your walk-up music. What are you guys going to go with?
Mine's going to go Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson was my formative years, and the song Beat It, it doesn't matter what's going on with my life. That song, I don't even need Michael's lyrics. If you just put the Beat It beat on, I'm going to be in my feelings walking up to home plate. So I'll go Michael Jackson, Beat It.
All right, what about you, Rob?
I would do probably the MC Hammer song.
Hammer Time? Or the one from Addams Family?
Ding, ding, ding.
Remember the Addams Family song? How about a little...
Somebody's doing the Addams Family this.
Oh, they're redoing it?
I think so. Yeah.
How about I Did It My Way?
I was saying anything Sinatra.
Yes. Or Fly Me to the Moon.
As Todd Frazier used to do
He
that.
did.
Right? Remember
because
that?
Jersey,
Yes.
New Jersey, that's right. I got this crowd. I got a little sentimental down there. The huge crowd, just the energy. And we've all seen this. I mean, you guys, we've all seen this just grow and grow every year. And
I think one of my favorite parts of your interviews today was when you were talking about the elephant dung. That was which is a real thing.
Yeah, those elephants come in there from this. I remember doing interviews with. I think the elephant's name was Shotzi. Yeah, it was Shotzi.
Oh, the dog's name was Shotzi.
Yeah, but they named one of the elephants too, and the handlers said they had to bring him down in a trailer and get him out there and.
The things that you don't think of.
No,
that you need to take
I will tell you, speaking of that there's a lot of it from those horses down there.
I can imagine.
Well, it looks like we're wrapping up this parade. I'll tell you what, this was a fantastic afternoon. And again, can I also ask you one more time, if you're at home, as Joe said a little bit earlier, and if you have friends that are down here that are taking any photos, please send them into our station, or maybe you're back home, or maybe you're listening to us on social media. Make sure that you send us all of the photos that you can so we can put them on the air for the rest of the day and into tomorrow, and also on our social media platforms as well.
Yeah, the parade is coming to an end, but know that we had Julia O'Neill and Jeremy Rao out collecting behind the scenes pictures and videos. We have put them all up on our social media pages, so if you're not done with the parade yet, you can get some more information about what it was like in downtown Cincinnati for Reds opening day.
We're all singing, Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Oh, that's fun.
Again, I go back to thinking how long some of these folks have been waiting to get here on the stage. They've been waiting in line, and then they come through here at the end with the energy they've been wanting to bring the entire day.
And I know you guys were sleeping this morning at 4:30 in the morning when we were on. But they were out at Nation. The fans were there. The Bob and Tom show was broadcasting that there was a full restaurant of people at 4:30 this morning, and those people are now here.
They heard you were there.
I guess so. And they were having beers too.
Well, I mean, it's like Christmas, right?
Yeah, I know.
The thing is you can't start too early in terms of celebrating this day.
It's true. But you know what? You do talk about the crowd does start thinning out, because they've been here a long time, and I mean, a lot of which they've been here like 4 o'clock this morning, 5
I
o'clock
still
this
can't.
morning.
Remember the crowd? I mean, Rob and I used to talk about this all the time. Rob was like, yeah, there was like 4 people here in the early days. Yeah. And it wouldn't really get a crowd until maybe you made it to the School of Performing Arts. And now the crowd is even past Family Market.
No, yeah. Before, you wouldn't see huge crowds until you passed over Central Parkway and got down to the Central Business District. But now it's packed all the way through over the Rhine.
Do you remember when we would walk in the parade and we would be up here trying to find a place to go to the bathroom or grab a bottle of water? There was like nothing up here. Now you can go get a bourbon, you know?
Well, let us say it has been an absolute honor to be a part of the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade on behalf of all of us here in front of the camera and behind the scenes here at Fox 19. Truly, thank you for being with us and spending a little bit of your afternoon with us.
And go Reds, and remember that the area of the world that we call home is one of the best areas to call home. So we're happy you were here with us.
And let's do it again next year. Findlay Market Opening Day Parade. Thanks for watching here on Fox.
Go Reds on 3.
Let's have a World Series.
2, 3,
go Reds!
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack.